I am not taking personal readings at this time. Please do not get scammed by people posing as me in the comments section. Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to my channel, Roseology. So today's pick a card is a special one because we are communing with the Great Mother of Nine, otherwise known as the Orisha Oya. So anytime I connect with specific energies, it takes me some time to get their invite or approval to do these readings, and it was no different with Oya. In these piles as well, the messages I noticed, they came through very concentrated, and it was like she zoomed in on one particular experience, moment, lesson, or situation, and just sort of developed the messages from there. And it makes a lot of sense with her being the mother of storms, because storms are very destructive forces concentrated in one area, right? Which makes them so much more intense. And, you know, storms, they don't take over the entire planet. They're very centralized, depending on those different weather systems and how they manifest. So it does make sense as to why these messages seemed very specific, at least from my end. So yeah, if you're here on this video and this reading, that is for a very specific reason, which may reveal itself during the reading or at a later time. Okay, so do keep that in mind. Now I'm going to take a couple of minutes to talk about Oya, her energy, what she's traditionally known for, because she is not an energy that I personally work with on a regular basis. So this is very general information that I'm going to share about her. So if you would like to skip and get straight to the meditation, the Clairvoyant and Clairaudient pile selections, or straight to the piles themselves, then just head down to the timestamps in the description down below. Oya is known as the Mother of Nine, as well as the Queen of Death, the Purveyor of Storms, as well as she is also regarded as she who turns and changes. Now, Oya is a Yoruba goddess or Orisha said to be sent or created by Olodumare, which is the supreme god or deity in the Yoruba pantheon. And she was sent or created by Olodumare to rule as a spirit of the wind. So she is traditionally known as the Orisha of Storms, Winds, and Change. This is in the literal as well as metaphorical sense. She governs physical, emotional, and spiritual changes, fluctuations that we experience throughout life. She was said to be the mother of nine, who either experienced the loss of 9 children, gave birth to 9 stillborn children, or in some stories, she cured her barrenness by transferring the colors of the rainbow onto the sacred cloth, which she used as tribute, and was blessed with 9 living children, 4 sets of twins, and 1 single child known as Egungun. With her journey to motherhood, she became a protectress and patron of mothers, motherhood, and women in general. Now, women throughout the ages have been said to call on Oya's fierce protection and destructive abilities for justice, resolution, as well as even vengeance. Because of her mothering instincts, she is dual in nature, nourishing, gentle, warm, even medicinal, which manifests as light winds and soothing breezes. But on the other side of the coin, Oya is said to be merciless, violent, and brutal, which manifests as catastrophic storms like hurricanes, earthquakes, and tornadoes. So the Mother of Nine is known to be very resourceful. She carries a machete with her used to clear pathways. And again, this is in either the literal or metaphorical sort of sense with the machete, because storms are just another tool or another resource for Oya to use to clear pathways. And that's exactly what storms do, because at the essence of storms is destruction, and destruction is used to make way for new life. So she's literally the governess of both realms, much like the idea or the concept that we see in the major arcana of tarot with the High Priestess, where Oya rules over destruction and death, just as she makes way for creation and life. And this is where her title as Queen of Death comes into play. As the Queen of Death, she commands it and could order death to stop or proceed as she saw necessary. She was also said to guide souls into the afterlife, where she also governs the realm of our ancestors, or the connection from the ancestral realm to the living one, which is where she is said to select certain souls to pass on the gift of clairvoyant, psychic abilities, and even sacred knowledge of witchcraft on to the next generation, or these new souls incarnating into human form. Now, temples to Oya have never been found or recovered, adding to her sense of mystery, occultism, and privacy. She was the wife or sister, possibly both, to Shango, who is the most feared Orisha in all the Yoruba pantheon. And this makes a lot of sense for them to be known or seen as the power couple that they were, as Oya was known to be an unbeatable force, a true warrior. No one ever dared to approach Oya or even disrespect her, as they knew what she was capable of, which was just pure destructive force. Now, her origins come from the Yoruban people, which is a West African ethnic group from parts of Nigeria, Benin, and Togo, known as Yoruba land. Her river is the Niger River, known as the Odo Oya to the Yoruba people. Now, after centuries of the inhumane transatlantic slave trade, the Yoruban traditions ended up appearing in Brazil, where Oya is said to govern the Amazon River, as well as even in the Haitian territory, where Oya is regarded as the Haitian Loa, Maman Bridget, who is also converted to the Catholic Saint Bridget. And a lot of people draw parallels between the Orisha Oya as well as even the Celtic goddess Bridget. Emblems of Oya are the water buffalo, the machete, the fly whisk, sword, as well as lightning. Oya is just the epitome of power. Now, while I have never myself had a one-on-one interaction with Oya, at least she did not tell me her name, I did have a dream maybe a year or two ago that I will never forget. I don't remember if I actually mentioned it to you guys on the channel here or not. And this might be the closest that I've ever come to Oya's energy. I was floating in space. I kind of have a lot of dreams like that where I'm floating in space or in the sky above Earth, and I could see Earth. And basically there was this woman in the sky, and I knew she was God, but she was a very specific version or manifestation or quality of God. And she was floating high above the earth, and for whatever reason, she had lost her patience with mankind. And I remember pleading with her and begging her and telling her, like, please don't do this. There's very good people on earth that deserve your mercy. And she looked at me very confused and said very clearly, with a lot of authority, she just looked at me and said, there's no mercy. And then she started speaking to the ocean and the seas, all of the water on earth. And they not only heard her, but they obeyed her. And she told the waters to move. And she started to cover the world in water. And it was violent, it was scary, it was destructive, and filled with death. And I could hear all of these screams in the dream from the human beings on earth. And by the time that she was done, she had completely reshaped the face of the planet. Whole continents were either reformed or completely covered and buried under the seas. And she never said to me that her name was Oya, and looking back, I'm not entirely sure who that was, but that's probably the closest that I've ever come to a spirit or an energy like Oya's. Now, this is extremely basic information that I'm throwing at you guys about this Orisha. I've only spent the last couple of months with her so that I was able to perform this reading and then put it out. So if you're drawn to her, have a very close relationship to her, or would like to develop one, then please sit with her energy yourself. Every energy or spirit that we connect to requires one thing, and that is our intimacy. Okay, because like I always say on my channel and always have, energy is currency to the spiritual realm. The time and energy that we spend with the spiritual realm is seen as this very intimate sort of interaction. And the spirit realm, they want to get to know us one-on-one without interference from all these other descriptions and detailings of who these energies are. They want us to develop a very intimate, sacred, personal connection, which is why sometimes spirits and deities and certain energies and entities will even come through and reveal different qualities and traits about themselves other than what they are known for to specific people. So the more that you develop a relationship with these certain energies, entities, and deities, they may reveal certain qualities about themselves that they're not regularly known for, or these qualities may have been lost to time. So for those of you very close to or knowledgeable of Oya, I am going to ask you to please, if you have any time, leave any extra or additional information about Oya down in the comments where others can read about her. And If there's bits of information that may have left out or got wrong, please let me know in the comments and I will definitely correct it in the pinned comment section. Without further ado, it is time for us to get to the disclaimers and the meditation so we can finally get to Oya's messages to you guys, okay? So yeah, let's just get started with the disclaimers and the meditation. Obviously, this is a general reading, meaning that it will resonate with who it is meant to resonate with. Tarot does not control or dictate your life. If you hear something that you do not like and think that you are just doomed to that reality, then you are not using my readings correctly. I conduct these readings for confirmation and not answers. So if you hear something for the first time, do not take that message without receiving confirmation from your higher self and spiritual team. Realize at the end of the day that your free will and what you choose to do with it will determine your outcome and not a pick a card reading on YouTube. Please be responsible, be accountable for your own actions, and use this as a guide to help decipher the messages that your spiritual team has been trying to send you all along. For those of you that would like to participate in this meditation, this is a general reading for the collective. So in order for this reading to resonate with you personally, you have to be personally synced into the energy of this reading. To help you do that and to help you select a pile with your third eye and not your physical ones, I'm going to be offering a 60-second meditation. Halfway into that meditation, I will be placing crystals for my clairvoyants that like to pick piles with objects on them. And after the clairvoyant pile selection, there will be a clairaudient selection where I play a different tone for each pile, and you can select a pile based off of which tone resonates with you the most. If you are drawn to another pile, it's because there is another message for you in that pile. So if you are ready, get into a relaxed position, become aware of your entire body, starting with your feet and working that awareness up in sections from the feet to the head. Then take a deep breath in through your nose for around 5 seconds. Hold that breath for 3 seconds and then exhale for 6 to 7 seconds. Then ask your guides, spirit, ancestors, the universe, the Most High, or all of them to connect you to your higher self so you can receive confirming messages from the Great One, the Powerful One, the Mother of Change, Mama Oya. So this is pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, pile number 4, and pile number 5. On pile 1, we have smoky quartz. On pile 2, we have titanium. On pile 3 is selenite. On pile 4 is carnelian. And on pile 5 is, you guys told me before, I believe it's mookaite jasper. right, pile number 1, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting off with your tarot cards here, and then I'm going to be pulling some additional oracle cards on camera to channel, pull, receive some messages from the great mother of change, very powerful mother named Oya. So hold on, she doesn't want me to start with the tarot cards. Hold on, let's see. She wants me to start with an oracle card, so let me change that up then. All right, pile 1, let's start with one oracle card for you. Okay, and this is growth. Okay. For some reason, she wanted to start off with an oracle card, growth. Underneath the card here, we have psychic development, or underneath the deck, we have psychic development. Okay, so you're growing in your powers. You're definitely growing in your powers, in your psychic development, in your spiritual powers, and discerning. Growth as well, what I saw with growth too was, it was this idea about like breaking through something. Almost like when like a baby animal is like pops out of a shell. So it's like there's like a painful process, but you're growing through it as well. But it's like this growth process is a little bit painful, is what I initially picked up. So there is a little bit of discomfort here. It's not like it's excruciating or unbearable. It's definitely bearable. It's definitely tolerable. But there is like some discomfort here. And I'm kind of feeling like you guys are really willing to push yourself there. But the way that Oya is showing up in your life, the different storms, the different changes, things going on in your life, is she's doing this for growth. Okay, so she's doing this for your growth, to help you elevate, get to where you're trying to go. Okay, so yeah, let's see. Let's just get to, let's get to your oracle or your tarot cards now. So the very first that we have, or the very first card that we have for you is the Star. It's the very first one. Okay, so we have the Star. Then we have the 9 of Wands. Then we have the King of Pentacles. Then the King of Swords. Okay. Wow. Then the Devil in reverse. Very, 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 very interesting. Very interesting to me how we've got this Devil in reverse. You have 2 kings here. I feel like you've got different degrees of your masculine energy that are trying to fuse, work together, come together. Yeah, that could be the growth here. It's funny because I'm actually filming the Father's Day pick a card, like a message, or it's not even messages, but it's actually instructions from your spiritual father that'll be coming out on Father's Day. And I'm actually filming that right now. So it's really funny how you have 2 kings show up in your reading. Pile 1. So I feel like Oya already swept over your life. I feel like you've already experienced some great change. Majority of my pile 1s have anyways, with the Star card here and the 9 of Wands. So Star shows someone getting back up after surviving total destruction. And 9 of Wands depicts a wounded warrior trying to heal from his recent injuries that he sustained. And the King of Pentacles and King of Swords tells me that you are not avoiding what recently took place. So you're extremely present in this, with both kings showing up here. King of Pentacles is very grounded in reality, in his body and environment or circumstances. King of Swords is very clear-headed, direct and aware or alert. Devil in reverse is speaking to the destruction or ending that you just recently experienced. Even when something toxic falls apart, it's crazy how it still leaves a mess, right? And so your Tower moment, at the core of it, whatever this destruction was, whatever you just went through that was pretty destructive, at the core of it was the Devil in reverse right here. So meaning that whatever fell apart in your life, it was toxic at the core, pile one. For example, this could have been a business relationship that fell apart recently. And you may have initially thought to yourself, oh my God, I didn't expect this, with the 9 of Wands right here. But you had this knowing or awareness that that business partnership ended for the better because they were doing dirty business or something like that. Just an example, but this is you realizing very quickly, if you have not already, this is a lot to clean up or sort out or reconstruct, and you are likely doing this on your own, especially with this Devil card in reverse. That's what this growth card is talking about here. So you're really growing into a space where maybe you went into something with someone else and you're kind of growing into this space on your own independently, something like that. Yeah, oh, I see. Wow, I didn't notice this before. Each of your cards feature one main character except for the Devil, who's the one card in reverse. Okay, so you guys were in a bad partnership, a bad relationship, a bad connection, agreement, contract, living situation, financial partnership. Oya saw this connection or person, and she saw how they were rotten at the core, especially whatever was happening behind your back with this Devil card in reverse. And okay, some of you, please don't get freaked out by this because it's the best way that I can describe it, how it's coming through to me personally. But some of you were not, okay, some of you were not, let me not use that word, not possessed, but like taken over. Some of you were taken over by your own destructive energy, and you directed that destructive energy at this connection so you could sever the tie between you and this person. Reputation was involved as well. I just heard looking at these 2 kings. That's why they're here. So you just were simply not able to grow in the situation that you were in. You were like a caged bird, okay? Yeah, that was literally why that storm came in, was to get you out of that situation, because you had done all you could in that situation. You had grown as far as you could. You went as far as you could in that previous situation, which was why it had to get destroyed. This was a literal tower moment that my pile ones have gone through. So you channeled your own destructive energy at this connection because your reputation was also connected to this. Do some of you as well have a bird or like some sort of like air animal as your spiritual animal? Because something with wings is coming through. It's definitely here. It's definitely here. You may associate very strongly with Mercury, Hermes, Thoth, or Jehudi as I call him. And yes, we do have the King of Swords here, right? Okay, so this was a decision that some of you had to make on a whim. Going back to that example, let's say your business partner was making deals behind your back with this Devil card in reverse right here. Or they were into some sort of like illegal activity with this Devil card in reverse right here. Your energy was taken over by Oya to a certain degree, where you publicly denounced or distanced yourself from this person. You could have had them investigated or like had their licenses taken away, for example. If you took a very public stance and getting away from someone, distancing yourself, name, and reputation from someone because of their antics, Oya was heavily involved in your movements during that time. King of Pentacles all day is about your reputation. King of Swords is about curating a reputation. So my pile ones spent a lot of time building up a certain image or name for yourself. And because you were attached to this rotten ass fruit, all of that work was in vain. All of those connections that you made were basically useless because you were attached to this person. So your integrity was in question because you were attached to this person. You know that saying, birds of a feather flock together? That's not always true. But unfortunately, when we are paired with certain people, we get grouped into the idea of like, oh, I know who you roll with, or I know how you are because you are connected to this person. And you know, we all do it. We all do it as humans. If this hasn't happened yet, it definitely will pile on. And you'll know because you may have taken on this mindset of burn it all to the fucking ground, where there's no traces left of this tie or this connection to you with this star card right here. Even if you took a couple of hits yourself with this 9 of Wands right here, you were totally at peace with the collateral damage. King of Pentacles and the King of Swords. It's actually 222 right now as well. So yeah, that may definitely, 222 may be a significant number for you. It may also be an indication that Oya is trying to speak with you, trying to give you a message, or it may have something to do with whatever this situation and storm was in your life. So some of you have also seen the number 666 recently. Because I just saw it. Okay, but it wasn't a bad omen. It was signaling this moment of reckoning right here to whomever you were connected to that was doing something that they should not have been doing with this Devil card in reverse. They just didn't think that they would ever get caught, or they were trying to maximize this opportunity by using the shadows. I keep hearing with this Devil card, they tried to use the shadows to move around, or they were not thinking at all. They used other people or their relationships with other people to conduct some sort of like illicit activity or something like that. If this is like a personal relationship, then for example, maybe your partner would be like, oh, I'm going to go hang out with my friends or whatever, when they'd be going out doing some sort of like things they shouldn't be doing. You know what I mean? So it's like whoever this is, they were using these personal connections to hide their dirty hands, I just heard. So their movements are dirty. Their movements are dirty. If you've had a dream recently about something like maybe like something like a dirty piece of clothing or dirty fabric or dirty food, but somebody's still using it or eating it, or it's because it's like a sign, okay? And that's very specific. It's only for a couple of people, but it's basically like confirmation that who you are in bed with, who you are breaking bread with, is not morally clean, okay? And this is something that you don't want to get dirty. You know, what's that other saying? You roll around with pigs, you're gonna get dirty. You roll around in the mud. I don't know, whatever it is. You guys know what I'm trying to say. So basically, like this connection had to be severed. The moment that this information comes through, your masculine king energy right here is kicking right in. King of Pentacles, King of Swords, it's totally kicking in, and you are completely severing this tie. There's not even going to be a conversation. All you're going to, like, once this information comes in and it's all the proof that you need, you don't even need to have a conversation. It's like you're severing this tie completely. And you go into that complete masculine energy where you're just like, there's no conversation. I cannot have any compassion here. I cannot have mercy for you here. And if you listen to the intro of this video where I was talking about my experience with a feminine godlike entity, then you may know what I'm talking about with that. And I don't know if that was Oya that I was seeing. She had a lot of the same characteristics, but for sure, yeah. But especially too, once you step into that masculine energy is a lot less forgiving. Feminine energy can be a lot more brutal than masculine energy, interestingly enough. But masculine energy is much less forgiving. Once that decision is made, masculine energy is very absolute. It lives in like totality. It's either black or white. There is no gray area with masculine energy. And so you kicking into this masculine energy is like, I can't look past this. I can't give you mercy. I can't look at the fact that like I've known you since we were kids. I don't care that we're related. I don't care about this, that, and the third. Some of you as well, what's coming through for whoever this is in pile 1, take your emotions out of business. That cannot be involved. For some of you, you have an entrepreneurial mindset. Just naturally, you're an entrepreneur. You're going to have to remove emotions from it. Now, it's okay to use logic in some cases and to give grace in the places where you can, to be understanding as much as you can. But at the end of the day, somebody in business has to be cutthroat enough to put the business first. That's a lot of the reason why my pile 1s went through this as well. Because you're either an entrepreneur, you're somebody that's going to venture out on their own, and you're going to have to learn how to. That's why you have 2 kings here. You're going to have to tap into that masculine energy that's like, I'm putting this business first. I'm prioritizing all this blood, sweat, tears, and effort that I poured into this project. I have to put that first. Otherwise, it's all in vain. It's for nothing. Don't allow somebody else's bad morals to tank what you have worked for, because that compassionate energy wants to come through. Compassionate energy is a beautiful thing, but even compassion itself is selective. You can't give grace where there is none. You know what I mean? So if somebody is doing something illegal, something that would completely tank you getting started in your career, in your business, whatever this may be, you have to treat it like the court system or the legal system would treat it. I mean, does the judge go, oh, you know what? Well, you feel bad about being a murderer, so we're just going to let you. No, like the judge is going to hear that and be like, oh my God, okay, so you're remorseful that you murdered someone. Oh, well, that's great, but 20 years on that ass. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, you can't give grace where there was none. The judge cannot look at a murderer and be like, I'm going to give you some grace because you didn't give any grace to your victim. And this is what I'm saying. You give as much grace as the situation allows, okay? So compassion does not tell you to be compassionate to your own fault, to your own detriment. That's not compassion. At that point, that's codependency. That is something entirely different, and it's toxic, with this devil card right here in reverse. So this is about, this is a total blessing, pile one, because now this new leaf, and yeah, we have a leaf right here in this growth card. Now this new leaf or brand new opportunity born of this tragedy or scandal is your opportunity to go it alone and conduct yourself in the way that you see fit, where this person or bad partnership is not tainting your reputation because you guys were attached. Some of you are Capricorn rising and you did what you had to do in the face of this, and it is crazy because my pile ones, before you even got into this partnership with whoever this is, you were going to venture out on your own anyways and start your own business, for example. If this was like a bad marriage or something, I just got a vision of and my right ear started ringing. So someone's spouse had a child outside of y'all, outside of the marriage or outside of the relationship, and this is what pretty much finalized your decision. If this was a bad marriage, you may have, before getting with this person, it's so crazy because before getting with this person, before getting into a relationship with this person, you may have been trying to decide between being single or getting into that committed partnership. And it's like you decided, like, you know what, okay, I'll give it a chance, whatever. But things kind of developed maybe a lot more quicker, or they got a lot more serious than what maybe you intended to. And so now that this person has really crossed a line, somebody has seriously crossed a line with this Nine of Wands star card right here, Devil in reverse. Somebody's crossed a line where it's like, it's I can't forgive this. What do you want me to do? You know, and not that you can't forgive it, but it's just like you can't forgive it to the point where it's like, oh, I can overlook this. You know, you cannot give grace here in this situation. I just keep picking it up like no mercy, no mercy, no mercy. Yeah, this is your chance to explore and build something on your own for you. There are some single dads in this pile. Stop wondering if you are a good father or if you made the right decision to break up your family. That was the healthiest decision that you could have made, not just for your children and family, but also for yourself. And this is something that they may not see right now. Like maybe the kids don't see it just yet, but they will when they grow older and they see the sacrifices that you made in order to bring healthy relationships and partnerships into their life so they could see what that looks like. But you had to take that hit. Nine of Wands, Devil in reverse, star card right here. You had to take that emotional burden. That's going to be a sacrifice that they definitely end up seeing later on, like, wow, dad or mom had to do this. And you know what? Thank you. Thank you for taking that. You know, and thank you for showing me what healthy relationships and real love looks like. And because now they're going to know how to respect themselves. It's not even about them ending up in a good partnership. It's just about them being there for themselves first and foremost. And that's what they're going to end up absorbing through all of this. But it's just a process, so don't worry about it right now. So this is a move that you will see the fruits of like later down the road, whatever the situation is actually entailing. So you're not going to see the fruits of this quite yet, because you have to ride out the shock of this with these two kings right here and the Nine of Wands, but you'll definitely get there. So let's see, let's get some I'm only going to get a couple of oracle cards here. So let's see, let's get a couple of Sacred Self oracle cards here, because Oya, she is very powerful, very, very powerful. And so she can be a bit draining when she moves into our life, because she brings the storm, she brings the rain, the winds, the lightning. Her partner Chango brings the thunder. I'm going to read this one. I'll read the one under it too, but I'm going to keep out the one that fell on top. So wait, hold on, let me grab this other one. So we have here, it says, dare to adventure outside of your comfort zone. Exactly. Like I said with this Devil card in reverse, if you give compassion where you shouldn't give any compassion, that's now a codependent, toxic sort of situation. So it says right here, dare to adventure outside of your comfort zone. That's what you're doing with this Devil card in reverse. It says this is a time of expansion. Like it says growth right here. New opportunities and doing things that you have always held back on. There is no more time to waste. Get out there and explore. Did I say the word explore in your reading? I can't remember. Yeah, this is your opportunity, because you're getting out of this partnership and you're kind of going it alone. So this is your opportunity to go out there, experiment, explore, things like that. I did say that for you. And then it says here, this card says you are absorbing energies that are not solely yours. Exactly. Your body, mind, and spirit is in need of a detox and cleansing of dense energies. As an empath, you are highly sensitive. So that's what's also growing. Like it said here, psychic development underneath the deck. I think I'm going to keep this out for you. I think I'm going to keep this out for my pile ones. So yeah, so we have these two cards. I'm going to read this one that was underneath this card here. It says, this is a time of heightened creativity, ideas, and knowledge. You may be taking on a new hobby, or you are being encouraged to awaken and flow with your creativity. Your ideas right now are golden. So capitalize off of these ideas as well right now. Pile one. And let's see, underneath the deck. Underneath the deck, we have being alone is different than being lonely. Ask yourself if you are truly okay with being alone, or are you isolating yourself too much? The answer is only yours. So right now, this is definitely a highlight on being alone. How do you define being alone? Do you define it as something that's bad, that's scary? Like, what is your relationship to being alone? Just look into that. Okay, let's get a couple of questions that Oya wants to throw at you. Then we're going to get one final message from her, and that'll be it. Oh, wait, I got to open the hold on. Okay, so let's get 2 questions from Oya to you that I'm going to leave you to answer. So if you want to try and channel your energy, just try to connect to Oya, just your own idea of Oya, who she is, okay? Because that's how we connect to these energies. So just keep thinking on her energy. If you don't know much about her, think of a storm, think of a lightning, think of rain. Okay, first question here. What would happen if I didn't try to control my future? Devil card in reverse. Like I was saying, you may take a little bit of hits here by disconnecting from this person, or by with whatever the scandal could be. You may take a little bit of a hit here, but you're tapping into that masculine energy where you're like, you know what? I don't care. I'll take that hit. If I have to go down with the ship is going down either which way. And you're taking that. You're completely stepping into that masculine energy, and you're like, you know what? I'm going to accept that. And however the pieces fall, I will pick them back up. I will deal with them when the tower falls. When everything's done falling, then I'll start picking the pieces back up, like with the star card right here. So what would happen if I didn't try to control my future, if I just allowed things to play out? Let's get one more question. Ooh, okay, hold on. And then it says, what or who am I beneath all of my roles? Very interesting that I kept using the example of like, maybe you're in a business relationship with somebody that's not that ethical. And then it says, what or who or who am I beneath all my roles? I did kind of pick up a little bit of Capricorn energy. Devil card is ruled by Capricorn. Star is ruled by Aquarius. The Nine of Wands is ruled by Sagittarius. King of Pentacles is associated with all the earth signs, so that's Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. And the King of Swords is associated with all the air signs, which would be Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Hold on, I don't know why I try to get my cards perfectly straight. Anyways, underneath the deck we have, how would I want to be encouraged right now? What would I want to hear? So these are just some different questions that Oya has for you. And let's see, let's get one final card here. I'll be reading out of the book. Oh, all right, that was fast. And it says here, atete, I believe, worthiness. Ooh. Underneath the deck, we have Clairvoyant, scarcity. And so what it says here is, this is the goddess of worthiness. She's from Oromo and Ethiopia, I believe. The temple is warriors, element is bush. Great goddess Atete, queen of the gods, is a fierce protector of women and girls for the Oromo people of Ethiopia. Atete's guidance says, stop hiding, shrinking, and playing small. Stand tall like the majestic sycamore tree. You are mighty. Life does not need to be perfect for you to embrace your own perfection. Oh, I love that. Embodiment says here, you matter. Worthiness is your veins. Accept yourself now. Your birth certificate says that we need your overflowing magic, joy, and vulnerability. And most importantly, we need you. You are deserving and worthy. The beautiful parts of you that everyone likes are worth loving. The parts that you or others dislike are worth loving too. Your creator loves you unconditionally. And the goddess declaration here is, I matter. I love that. And pile one, this is all that I'm saying for you guys. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your beautiful guides, my beautiful guides, our higher self, amazing spirit, of course, the great Mother Oya, for coming through and delivering these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. And until next time, please stay safe, stay healthy, stay blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, you guys. Pile number 2, welcome to your reading. So we are going to be starting off with one oracle card that I'll be shuffling for you. Then we're going to get to your tarot cards, check those out. Then I'm going to be pulling some additional oracle cards on camera so we can pull and channel some information, clarity, advice, messages from the very powerful Mother Oya, Mother Goddess Orisha of Storms, Great Change, Power. So yeah, we're going to be hearing from her today. So let's get started. Okay, so we have here movement into balance. So she is balancing your moon, your lunar and solar energy. Moon is the subconscious, it's the emotions, it's instincts. Sun is the conscious, it is ego and personality. So she's balancing these polar opposite, these energies that are extremely polarizing. She's moving these things into balance. And it's not even just your energies, but I also picked up or heard it's also the polarizing effects in your life. So the polarizing people, the things that make you kind of feel like it's either or. She's bringing a lot of things into union. And I have a feeling that you're the common sort of pretty much denominator here. So she's really making things work more cohesively in your life, where you don't feel so like tug of war, like you're being pulled to the left, pulled to the right. Some of you guys feel like you're about to just be pulled apart. Wait, hold on. This is starting to get a little heavy. Hold on. Let me check underneath the deck here. We have, yeah, exactly. We've got burden. Okay, I knew it because I was like, something's getting a little heavy because I can feel it. So she is moving things into balance that have felt like a burden. So many of you guys are feeling pulled to the left, again, pulled to the right. It's a huge burden for you, trying to keep everything together. Some of you guys are trying to keep your family together. Some of you guys are trying to keep yourself together. But it's just, it may feel like everything is trying to tear you apart. Some of you have been crying nonstop. I feel this wave of emotion kind of like swelling in my sacral solar area. There's extreme, okay, yeah. There's like extreme. Let's get to your tarot cards. Let's see what we're working with. Very first card that we have here, Five of Pentacles in reverse. Makes sense why we have the Burden card right here. And move into balance. Makes total sense. Then we have the, is this in reverse? Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell. Then we have the Four of Swords in reverse. We've got the Nine of Cups upright. Tower in reverse. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Three of Pentacles also in reverse. Okay. There's definitely extreme worry here. Despair, wondering how am I going to make it out of this? It seems like it has for more than a few of my pile twos. It seems like it has to do with finances. This has been the greatest area of concern for you because you've been suffering behind lack of money or resources or finances with this Five of Pentacles in reverse right here. Three of Pentacles in reverse is telling me for some of you this was sudden. The idea coming to mind here is like, let's say, for example, a tornado randomly comes through and destroys property, or maybe like your home or your workplace, and it's this sudden interruption. This chaos interrupts this Three of Pentacles in reverse right here. Three of Pentacles is your job, I'm seeing, for a lot of my pile threes. This could even, or for a lot of my pile twos, I'm sorry. This could even be health disrupting your ability to work and make ends meet, and something may have just all of a sudden went wrong with your health, or it may have just gotten progressively worse very quickly, and it's affected your ability to work or possibly even take care of yourself without help. And so this is Three of Pentacles in reverse. It just feels very sudden, kind of like a tornado just touching down, and boom, all of a sudden it changes everything. It was like there wasn't enough time to prepare. That's what I'm picking up about this. There was not enough time to prepare for this specific interruption or storm. There was no warning signals at all with this. No warning signals with these Pentacles in reverse. In some of my pile twos, you feel like no one cares to help. The people put in place to help may not be helping. The resources meant to assist you haven't come through yet, or they have, but still are not enough. This is very scary. This is scary. This is fear. Because for some of you, it's not just you, but there's either children involved or someone, or some of you are responsible for someone else. So some of my pile twos, you may have even lost your place. Some of my pile twos have experienced being in a shelter, living in a shelter, having to go to a shelter. Or some sort of assisted living. This is some sort of living space where, like, the best way I can describe it is it's like the government may have helped with part of your rent or all of it, and somehow that fell through. So some sort of funding may have fallen through from higher ups. This has nothing to do with you. This is the system being fucked with the Three of Pentacles in reverse right here, and your livelihood being tossed around because of these mishaps with the Tower in reverse right here. This again is scary for you because it's like your livelihood, your survival is literally contingent on somebody else and their ability to either like talk things out or come up with a good enough plan for everyone. And it's like these people are very selfishly engaging in some sort of conversation without realizing that every second counts for the people that are depending on these other people in this position. There's a lot of sleepless nights with this Four of Swords in reverse right here. Notice how all of your cards are in reverse besides your Nine of Cups. You've got the most random support coming in pile two that shields you from this, because whatever this is, it doesn't seem like you can depend on the people put in charge or the people that were elected with this Three of Pentacles in reverse right here to do what they're supposed to do. This Nine of Cups, it feels civilian. What I mean by that is someone not connected to this organization or company or this official space comes in to help or assist you. If this is not a person, then this is an offer coming in, again, outside of this organization. With this Three of Pentacles over here, this Three of Pentacles represents some sort of an organization. If it's not a person, this is like an offer or an opportunity coming in outside of this organization that helps you get out of whatever this Three of Pentacles in reverse situation, Five of Pentacles in reverse situation is, this is paid leave as well for some of you, running out. For some people in this pile, whoever this organization is, they don't act quick enough to intervene on this Tower moment, which is why Oya appears to you as a surprise to your surprises. She shows up as chaos to the chaos in your life and removes you from the situation entirely, where the organization or whatever this is, hold on, what's that? Ace of Swords, because he's kind of flipped over. Okay. Ace of Swords was underneath here. So this is definitely like, this is like new direction, new director, a new director. Because this slid out, these cards slid out, and I just looked at them under what was underneath. This is the Ace of Swords. So this is like a new director, a new person, somebody with a new mindset, somebody with new priorities, somebody with brand new intentions, brand new vision. Because this Three of Pentacles in reverse, it feels like an old organization or something. And they need somebody brand new coming in that is very connected to the cause. It's very connected to this position, very connected to this role in this job. She removes you from the situation or whatever this is, while the Three of Pentacles in reverse argues amongst themselves. There's a reason that your calls have not been returned or why no one has taken on your case. This is the organization. It's the system being fucked. And I keep saying organization, but it's some sort of group in charge, and they are arguing amongst themselves about something. Oya elevates you above all of this. Somebody may not even want to take a pay cut, and so they're not looking out for everybody else in the company. It's like these are egos getting involved with this Three of Pentacles in reverse over here. It's like it's very dangerous, because their ego or them wanting to be right or them not wanting to take a pay cut is seriously impacting somebody else's survival. With this Five of Pentacles over here, these are connected. Oya elevates you above all of this. So maybe it's you that's been praying, or a loved one of yours, a friend could even be, it could even be a random person that doesn't even know you, but they pray for those in need. Whoever is praying surrounds you in plenty with this Nine of Cups in the center right here. Oya is drawn to you because of what you are enduring. You may feel like you are losing this fight, but she admires you for not giving up and for continuing to fight. You know what movie just came to mind? And it's the end scene. What's that name of it? With Will Smith. Will Smith is in it. And at the end, he's like walking through a crowd and clapping. I think that's the way that the movie ends. He's like clapping and crying because like, I haven't seen this movie in years, but I think a job came through for him, finally came through, and it like saved him and his son from further suffering and struggling to make ends meet. Like they really went through it. I think his actual son was in that movie too. Hold on, I gotta look it up. Okay, I just looked it up. It's called The Pursuit of Happiness, right? Wow, yeah, we've got the Nine of Cups right here too. Yeah, and it's your only card that's upright, The Pursuit of Happiness. Nine of Cups talks about the ultimate fulfillment, emotional fulfillment, right? This is why Mama Oya is so drawn to you, because even if you have to cry sometimes, get angry, whoever you have to fight, you'll take the fight to them. You may not see yourself as a fighter, but I feel like my pile 2 see yourself as like, when my back is against the wall, or when it comes to my children or my loved ones, or what is right, or what is just, or what I deserve, you don't take anything lying down. That's when it comes out of you. So she sees your fight, and it's funny because she's removing you from this entire equation. Like I said, Three of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles, they are completely connected. Many people with this Five of Pentacles in reverse right here are relying on this establishment with the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Oya is removing your name from this list. I literally just saw someone in some way, shape, or form like erase you from a list or something like that, where you don't depend on this organization anymore. They're erasing your name because you're not going to need them any further. She's doing that so she can move through this entire organization. She's going to topple the whole thing. Tower card in reverse right here. Oya leaves nothing behind except the remnants of what used to be, like a Category 5 hurricane or an F5 tornado, okay? Oya doesn't come through with like a little mist and a little bit of rain. No, when Oya shows up, you're going to know it because there is absolutely nothing left, period. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of destruction when this organization is exposed or comes toppling down. A lot of even bystanders will be involved, like people that had nothing to do with this organization will be sucked into this somehow with this Tower card right here. You see the people falling out of this Tower card. It might be kind of hard to see with the glare, but you kind of see if you can kind of see these people, well, this is in reverse, but if you can kind of see these people, they're like falling out of the Tower card. And they may not have even been the target of that lightning bolt, but just because they were in the tower, they went with it. So this is divine protection here. This is divine protection because it's coming through in divine timing. This divine protection is getting you out of the way before Oya is sent to deal with this Three of Pentacles in reverse. She's showing up as your backup. She's showing up to fight in your stead, to fight for your honor, to fight for your name. She's showing up to fight for your justice. And so whoever is in this tower at the time, it's not the Five of Pentacles people that are in this tower. It's the people under this organization. I mean, they just happen to be in the tower. This is like a few people affecting a lot of people. And this is why this is going to be incredibly destructive. But it has to. It has to. When something's rotten at the core, you got to cut the whole damn tree down. Like, you can't leave nothing. Matters of fact, you got to pull her ass out by the roots. You can't keep her there. Like, the whole thing's rotten, right? So she's coming through as like a Category 5 hurricane. Ultimate destruction, nothing left. So, and meanwhile, through all of this, you're completely removed and protected and not in need of this Three of Pentacles group anymore. She's not happy at all. She's going to bring down this entire whatever this Three of Pentacles is right here. And here you are watching everything from the comfort of your own home or couch with this Nine of Cups right here. You're just watching everything. So pile 2, in so many words, the storm that Oya brought into your life was all about disturbing what you assumed was safe and secure by bringing light with this Tower card to the true integrity or makeup of something with the Five of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles here. And that is how this storm will bring everything into balance for you, because very simply, we cannot fix something if we don't know it's broken, right? And the storm that came into your life was awareness and the truth. And the truth can be just as destructive as the most destructive hurricane or storm. So someone's true colors were exposed, or there was something that Oya wanted you to see in terms of exposure. She wanted to expose how unsafe someone or something actually is with this Three of Pentacles in reverse. She is highlighting someone's unreliability. I heard lies too with this Three of Pentacles in reverse right here. Okay, so pile 2, there's several different ways that this storm manifested in this one pile right here. For some of you, it was a person that you trusted that got exposed, or some sort of truth came out that was hidden from you, and it reshaped the way that you see this person with the Four of Swords in reverse. More so, you don't know how to see someone or something anymore. You don't know what's real versus fake, possibly. You don't know what is trustworthy or safe versus what isn't with this Four of Swords in reverse anymore, some of you. So this revelation really disturbed your trust, your sense of trust, your sense of security with this Four of Swords, where it's like you cannot trust what you see or hear anymore. You know how once you like catch somebody in a lie, you start to question everything that they say to you afterwards. It's kind of like that. So for others of you, it's like what I was saying. This is the system being warped and corrupt, and it trickling down to affect you, right? And so and some of you guys as well, like you already know, or it already was revealed to you that, like, let's just say, for example, that this workplace isn't a good place, or that the management is corrupt or something like that, but maybe you can't leave that job right now. So that's why this Four of Swords is also in reverse as well, because some of you guys are literally in an environment or a situation or a certain predicament where you can't necessarily get out of the way of this very unsafe situation or this untrustworthy situation. So it's like you're always on guard, you know? You may always be kind of worried about something else coming out. Or for example, you know, it's kind of like staying in a relationship with somebody that already betrayed your trust, you know, and it's always kind of in the back of your mind where it's just like, they could do that again. And that's that Four of Swords in reverse. Four of Swords upright, it talks about a peace of mind. It talks about that mental state that is almost authoritative in a way because it's very secure in what it knows. It's very secure in the information that it's receiving or the information that it's sitting with. The Four of Swords upright can also talk about processing, digesting information, but accepting it. So in reverse, it's like there's this disturbance there. You know, there's something that's disturbing about this information and having to sit with the information or accept it. And maybe that's why Oya keeps referring to it as a system. So it's like the same system that you've been possibly relying on for maybe financial assistance, living assistance, maybe even medical assistance. There's something wrong with this system. Another way that this storm came through was information that challenged your belief system. So this could have had something to do with religion, for example, or discovering information about someone maybe after they've exited your life or maybe after they've passed on and you have no way of confirming or denying this information with this Four of Swords in reverse. So it's like not having access to information that can provide answers and closure. So a lot of your life got turned around either way when Oya moved in with this revealing information. She brought you the truth that you weren't aware of so you can move out of burden and into balance because you were not safe where you were. It may have looked like it, but however something appeared was not the truth of it. With this Tower card in reverse, the Tower is fragile enough, right? When it's upright even, the Tower is fragile enough for one lightning bolt to completely topple it. And think about it, Oya's emblem or a symbol that really represents her, a hieroglyph, is a lightning bolt, a lightning strike. And this is because lightning bolts are seen as the hand or finger of God because they are very, very deliberate. They strike where they mean to strike. And it's something that's completely untamed. You cannot tame lightning. It's wild. Storms are completely uncontrollable besides Oya, who governs them. It was very deliberate, this lightning bolt, when it came in. This information was deliberate. This exposure, this revelation was deliberate. And what I mean by deliberate is there was a reason for it, okay? So, and the reason was to expose you to the truth of the matter, to help you to realize that you were not in a safe position or in a safe place or in a safe space, as much as maybe you thought you were or hoped something was safe, it wasn't. So this lightning bolt was kind of like the straw that broke the camel's back in a sense, and there's a lot to process here. You'll likely have a lot of questions, but with all these cards in reverse, Oya is saying many questions will never be answered. I believe that's because this is not your situation to be concerned with. The storm came through by Oya specifically to expose something that you could not see before. So you could move into more fulfillment, peace, and joy with this Nine of Cups. The only card that is upright for you. She's saying that you never could have been happy in that last situation because your vibration is too high. Many of you are empaths with this Nine of Cups here, which is ruled by Pisces, and this isn't your karma to pay. This Tower is karmic for someone else, but Oya will not allow you to be collateral damage. Whatever comes to light or has come to light happens so you can move out of the way before karma strikes if it has not already. This could be realizing a friend or loved one has betrayed you, and when the truth comes out, it's so things don't develop further. For some of you, this could have been a business partner or a work associate with this Three of Pentacles in reverse over here, or someone that wanted to work with you, someone that wanted to break business bread with you, maybe somebody that wanted to invest, give you money into your business, and it's a bad business move. And she wanted to expose that to you before you signed that contract or before things developed even further. The best way that I can describe this is like Oya did a background check on somebody around you in your life or that wants to be involved with you, or maybe a sort of like system that you had to rely on. And basically the results from that background check came in and it said they're untrustworthy or they are unreliable AF. So it's like Oya exposed them, so business didn't go too far with them before you could get out. This is like before you were signing the contract. So my pile too, something may go down right before you like sign a contract, right before you put something into like concrete, like right before you make some sort of move that you can't come back from, or would be too difficult to come back from, is because Oya is moving in for your benefit. She's moving in for your benefit because she's like, they need to be exposed, because there's something here that's a little concealed, and she doesn't appreciate that. She's just basically exposing everything, so you know what you are going into business with, getting into bed with, connecting with, opening up to, trusting, relying on, whatever this may be. There's something here that you're interacting with that you don't know the full story of, or maybe you don't know all of their intentions. Some of you guys may have been asking or praying for somebody's intentions to be exposed. And then there's something that's coming through right now as well, because I want to get to your oracle cards here, but there's just like so much coming through for you. There's also something coming through as well. It's for very few specific people. There may have been a feminine figure that tried to send some bad energy, negative energy your way. They may have tried to curse you or something like that. I want to tell you right now, first of all, they didn't even touch you. Second of all, that was a dumbass move on their part, because the only thing that they did was screw themselves up. And it almost looks like this is happening out of jealousy. Something about this Three of Pentacles in reverse and this Four of Swords in reverse. It's like it was almost out of jealousy. And it's like they did something, they sent some sort of like energy your way, hoping that it would stop you. And what they didn't realize is that you've been like hand selected by a higher power, okay? And whatever energies that they have used to try and attack you, you have been chosen by the boss's boss of those energies that this other person is using, right? And so basically what's ended up happening is they didn't even get to touch you. They're not stopping anything. And they also just damn themselves karmically. So I don't know why that came through very quickly, very sharply. And it was just like a mention something about a feminine figure, a feminine person, could be a woman, that tried to send some energy your way. They may try to even put some sort of spell or a curse on you, and it's all from jealousy. There's even something about their mother coming through. They need to be very careful about their mother. And there's something with the color red. I don't know if they used something with the color red. I don't know if they tried to do something with the color red. Maybe they tried to mess around with your root chakra, or something to do with your if you are a woman yourself, it could have something to do with maybe even your reproductive area. I don't know if they're trying to do something with red, the color red. It's a very fractured message coming through, so I can't connect all the dots. But there's something about a feminine figure sending bad energy your way. They have damned themselves karmically. They may have used the color red. It could be an attack on your root chakra or your reproductive system. But this, again, they never affected you. They never touched you. The reason why you may not even know that they sent this energy your way is because they literally have zero effect over you. So some of you are hearing this and you're either thinking that it doesn't resonate, or you have no clue about this going on. You may have had a little bit of an inkling that somebody's jealous of you, but there's a reason why you didn't even know that they may have been trying to do spell work against you. And that's because your protection energy is A1. Like, they are not penetrating that energy. And this is why they have damned themselves karmically, because they didn't even touch you. And like I said, the energies that they are using to try and attack you, their boss's boss has chosen you and has protected you and covered you in a way. They're just in trouble. And something about their mother possibly being a part of them being karmically damned. So it could even be, if somebody's trying to do some shit against you, it's not only going to bounce back and hit them, but also something to do with their mother. I don't know. Very strange messages coming through. Take it if it resonates. If it doesn't, just forget about it. Oya definitely wanted to expose these people so you didn't get too far into business with them. And she definitely didn't want you guys to go too far where it was too difficult to cut ties and walk away with this Five of Pentacles in reverse. So she definitely brought the storm at the perfect time, where even though it was a lot to process, your happy ending is still assured. It's still in store and on schedule with this Nine of Cups upright. This is what I'm saying. You are completely covered from north, south, east, west, and every single direction. You are completely covered in every dimension, on every level of frequency and vibration, you're covered. So your karma is still positive and safe, and it's still structured the same. So she also got you out of a situation before it made you turn bitter as well with this Nine of Cups upright. It didn't affect you, it didn't influence you, and something or someone may have tried to. So this was also a timing thing. The truth has set you free as well, where you have moved into balance now that you know the situation that you were in, pile 2. Let's see, let's get some yeah, she's removing that burden. She's moving you into balance by completely removing you from this burden. 5 of Pentacles in reverse. Hold on, how many cards is this? Oh, it's 2. Oh, no, it's not. It's 3. Let's see what this one says, though. Find a sacred place in your home or anywhere that you feel drawn to. Dedicate this space to finding comfort, safety, and prayer. Make the spot your altar or safe haven when times get tough, or as a daily connection. So some of you guys are just going through, like I said, some of you guys are just, you're really, really afraid right now. You're scared. You've just been going through a lot. You're tired. You're exhausted. 4 of Swords in reverse. You are tired, exhausted. You're literally like, I don't know how much more I can take. You don't want that. That's a war cry to Oya. When she hears a child of hers suffering from injustice, it's almost scary. I don't really want to think about it. Let's get some additional messages from Oya to you. But with that last card that came out too about the altar, if you can, if you've been feeling led to lately, just go to church. I heard somebody say, like, I want to just walk in a church, or I want to just walk in a temple, or I just want to walk into a sacred space, because you feel like there's just literally weight on you. Like your energy feels so heavy that it feels like literal weight, like tangible weight on you. Some of you may be even like walking a little more slouched, a little more slumped. It's like it's literal weight on. It's a burden. Yeah, exactly. It's a burden. So I'm hearing some of you say here, or you've just been feeling like, I feel like I just need to walk into a church. Do it. Do it. Definitely do it. Just walk into it, because it's going to be someone or somebody there. Right, I did say that. There's just this random support coming in. And I did see prayer surrounding you guys. Yeah, some of you guys, if you've been feeling intuitively led to just walk into a sacred space, or to create a sacred space in your own home, do that. Because what you're going to draw into, what you're going to walk into, like let's just say that you walk into that church, for example, there's going to be other parishioners there praying and worshiping, right? Somebody there, or that church is the people in that church, they're so gifted, they're so in tune with the divine, that the moment you walk in, they're going to feel you. And I see somebody just hugging you and you just cry. And this is a literal stranger, but they sense it on you. They sense it, and they just hug you. And it's like you're just like, you just release all of it. That's how she's going to help move you into balance as well, where you just release that burden. Because she's saying, oh, you got a burden? Give it to me. Matters of fact, give it to me, and then I'm going to go over there and handle them. So there's a reason that you're feeling led and intuitively called to go walk into a sacred space. That is just going to be pulled right out of you. I see people laying hands on you, praying over you, hugging you, telling you it's okay. They don't even know what you're going through, but they're just telling you like, it's okay. It's okay. And there's just something so comforting and peaceful about them that you haven't been able to feel in a long time. Or maybe you have kids and you've been trying to hold it together for a long time. You don't want to freak them out or freak somebody else out in your life. So you've been trying to hold it together. Pile 2, you deserve to be moved into balance where you get to release this and let this go. It's too heavy. Okay, so we have here, it says, clean your space mentally, physically, and inside your place of dwelling. This is a great time for a deep clean, and hitting the reset button. Organizing and tidying up will create more clarity, growth, and well-being. So as well too, like just spending some time in your space, but making sure that your space is clean. Especially if you've been depressed or something like that lately, that will be kind of like an indicator, like, okay, you know what, maybe mentally, spiritually, I need some support, or I need some help. Especially if your place has been like darker than usual, or just like messier than usual, clean that up. Okay, there's spiritual energies and entities drawn to how we physically keep our space. There's a reason why churches, temples, places that are sacred are maintained spiritually. Okay, we talked about this on my channel before, how spirituality is basically it's just spiritual hygiene. That's all you're doing. You're just keeping up with that spiritual hygiene. There's a reason why these sacred places are maintained spiritually, why they are wrapped with protection. They are wrapped in prayer, covered in prayer. Okay, so this is the same thing. Wait, let's see what was underneath the deck. It says you have a compassionate giving nature that is always putting others before yourself to help as much as you can. Make sure that you are not overextending your energy to the point where you are not giving that love and compassion to yourself. Balance is key. Just like it says, movement into balance. Yeah, balance is key. Balance is key. Some of you guys, like I said, you have kids or something. I'm hearing to get one more, so I'm gonna get one more. Some of you guys have kids or something, and so you're not able to balance yourself where you normally, under any other circumstances, you'd be able to cry or curse or vent or get it out or get angry, but you're really trying to hold it together. You're trying so hard to hold it together. 5 of Pentacles in reverse. You're not going to have to keep trying for that much longer. Let's see, we have here, remember that you have the free will to create or be anything that you want to be. You can either use this for your benefit or for your detriment. The world is your oyster and the possibilities are limitless. Spread your wings and fly. Yeah. Underneath the deck here, it says, open up and allow a new chapter in your life to unfold. Welcome in the brand new beginnings that are about to begin for you. This is an opportunity for a clean slate and to truly start anew. Like I said, she's not leaving anything behind. She's leaving nothing behind. So that's also what this card was talking about right here, cleaning up your space. This is actually a message from Oya saying that she's going to clean up your space by dealing with this 3 of Pentacles in reverse over here situation, whatever that is. Let's get a couple of questions that Oya may want to ask you. Okay, and it says here, what does being mean to me? What does being mean to you? And if that question throws you off a little bit, just sit with it. Just sit with it. I never stress messages or dreams anymore and trying to interpret them because they always end up coming through somehow. Like somehow, some way, some sort of confirmation, clarity ends up coming through. And I'm like, oh, that's what that meant. Then we also have here, what does love mean to me? So she's asking you to define certain things in your life. She's asking you to define certain things. Underneath the deck, what am I thankful for today? And that'll really help you sort of as well pull out of that 5 of Pentacles energy too. When you start thinking about anything that you can be thankful for. Anything. And there is always something to be thankful for. Sometimes we gotta look a little harder than normal. But we can find it if we look hard enough. If you are a parent, you might only have your children to be thankful for. You could be like a 4-legged parent where it's like, the only thing right now that makes me happy in my life is like my cat or my dog or my pet, or, you know, and focus on that. Because you've got some help coming through. Your cries have been heard, okay? What's that verse? It's in Psalms. I know it's in Psalms. Psalms is hands down one of my favorite books in the Bible. There's just so many like spells in there. Well, not spells. I won't call it spells, but it's like there's a lot in there. Okay, so Psalms 56 and 8. So this is from the NIV version, okay? It's not the King James version. But basically it says, record my misery, list my tears in your scroll, are they not in your record? A different translation of it is, you keep track of all my sorrows, you have collected all my tears in your bottle, you have recorded each one in your book. So basically this is about God being very aware of all of the troubles that we go through. And there's a reason why he acts through other energies to come in and assist us or support us or protect us from what we're going through. So when you're really getting broken down by life and you call out for help, that does not go unnoticed. God is always listening, always watching. And I've been there. I've been there. I get it, where it feels like you're going through so much you can't tell anybody's around because it doesn't feel that way. But your angels are recording everything. Every tear that has ever dropped from your eyes has been collected by the angels. It's collected in a bottle. And it says that in the good book. We have here what came out for you. Queen Ya Asintewa. I don't know if I'm definitely not saying that right, but it's the card of level up. You're being leveled up. You're definitely being leveled up. Underneath the book, or underneath the deck, secrets revealed. So yeah, this is about this Three of Pentacles in reverse, organization getting exposed for sure. Definitely getting exposed. Too many people are suffering because of a few people. That's what I'm picking up with this very, very strongly. This is the goddess of leveling up from Ashanti, Ghana, I believe. Temple is queens, element is bush. Queen Ya Asintewa was a mother, farmer, and the warrior queen who led the war of the Golden Stool. The Golden Stool, throne of the Ashanti Temple, throne of the Ashanti Empire, holds the regent's Kra, known as life force energy. Wow, okay. It's not focused. There we go. Her guidance here says, raise your standards. A leap forward for one is a leap forward for the tribe. Yeah, like I said, there's like a group of people here being affected. There is definitely like a tribe here being affected. It says your choices can raise the frequency of your community and the planet. Embodiment says time to level up. This is your season for a quantum leap. You have prepared for this. Life does not have to be linear, and neither does growth. It says a quantum leap feels drastic and huge, but the secret is that quantum leaps happen little by little. So what inspired action helps you level up? Connecting to spirit with rituals, movement, meditation, and visualization is a great start. Goddess declaration says divine timing is on my side. Didn't I tell y'all that divine timing is what's being like not activated? I mean, divine timing is always at work here, but there is divine timing in terms of when Oya is moving in and destroying all this, because first things first is your angels are going to remove you out of the situation first, then boom, that's coming in, total destruction. And you're going to be able to sit back from the comfort of your own couch and watch and not be affected or touched by any of it. This is not your storm to endure. You've already done that unjustifiably. You've endured a storm that it wasn't even yours. So yeah, you're about to be able to sit back and watch what a real actual storm and destruction looks like when God doesn't have your back. Because God can't have the backs of whatever this organization is. It's rotten at the core. But yeah, pile 2, this is all that I'm seeing. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit, for these messages. And of course, the great Mother Oya for coming through and delivering these beautiful messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. And until next time, you guys, please stay safe, stay healthy, stay blessed. I am sending my pile 2s the biggest hug ever, and all my prayers just for strength to get through whatever it is that you may be going through. You guys got this. Help, support, assistance is coming, as well as divine protection. You guys are going to be more than okay. But yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys soon next time. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, you guys. Pile 3, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting off with one oracle card here. Then I'm going to be checking out your tarot cards and then pulling some additional oracle cards on camera to channel, download, receive some messages, advice, clarity, guidance from the very powerful Mother of Storms, known as the Orisha Oya. So yeah, let's just get started. Okay, so the card that flipped over for you is perception. So how are you seeing something? We're going to get some questions from Mother Oya that she wants to ask you as well later on. Underneath the deck here, we have grounding. So are you seeing things from the ground, pile 3? Where are you seeing things from? Are you seeing things from a higher perspective? Are you seeing that from a more rooted, grounded perspective? Where are your eyes? Where's your vision stemming from, basically? Because things look different from the ground versus from the air, right? So how are you perceiving something? When we're grounded, it really helps balance that perception, because it's very easy to lose track or to lose sight of what is actually happening depending on how we perceive something. Perception is everything, which is why reality is so subjective. There is no such thing as an absolute reality, because it's going to change person to person. And that's the beautiful thing about being a human, is that it seems like, the way that I've always theorized it is like, I feel like God is trying to see itself from all these different angles and all these different perceptions, because it's how we learn, by mirroring, lessons, learning. And so I feel like you guys are definitely in a space where you're trying to maybe set some roots, you're trying to ground yourself, or this is something that Oya is helping you with. She's helping you ground so you can have a more clear perception of things. And it's not about being wrong. I know some people look at learning and lessons as like, oh, we're not here to learn, we're not here for lessons or whatever. Again, it's just perception. And that's how I see it, because I'm just so open to learning. I don't know everything. And I love learning, because it's really been it's saved my life, honestly. Me looking at things in that way, like, this is just a lesson. Being able to understand that this is not the end, this is not an absolute, it's just an experience. But again, it's all about perception, how you see it. Okay, let's get to your tarot cards though. Develop a little bit more of this message from Oya to you. So we have here the Nine of Swords in reverse. Okay, that perception card's starting to make a lot of sense already. Then we have the Chariot. Oh, okay. Then we have the Three of Wands. Then we have the King of Pentacles in reverse. And then the Two of Wands. All right. All right. Now, some of my pile threes, you may be able to relate to this, but the word that I'm hearing is self-destructive, or like self-sabotage. So you may have described yourself like that in the past, with self-destructive tendencies. Again, this perception and grounding card is starting to make so much more sense. Something about this Chariot, for some of you, only a few of you, I'm seeing a very difficult neighborhood that you grew up in, with this Chariot card right here. So you learned or adapted to your environment and took on a lot of street smarts. Let me tell you something, pile three. I am not qualified in any way, shape, or form to say that Oya is your head, but I feel her presence with you is very old, like in people years, if that makes sense. Or not even in people years, but in like spiritual years. Her connection to you is very old, like almost ancient. So, in other words, she's been around you since you were a young child, or since birth for some of you. And for some of you, this is not the first life that she has walked with you in. She's been with you several lifetimes, pile three. These may also be significant to some of you in this pile as well. But Oya was with those of my pile threes that learned how to survive at a very young age. And you may have even taken on your own self-destructive qualities. You may have looked at yourself as your own storm for a lot of years, or as like the engineer of your own kind of like catastrophes in life or something like that. Like, again, just self-destructive or self-sabotaging. And that's why you were in this environment. Some of you with this Chariot, I'm hearing live fast, die young. So some of you may have thought that you were invincible at different points in times of your life, or you were just willing to gamble and play around with your security or your well-being or your life in general. So some of you do have a bit of a past, and that may be how you see it. But that's why you were in this environment. You learned a lot from that rough neighborhood, or that rough around the edges sort of past. You learned a lot, and it instilled a lot of street smarts in you as well. Very, 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 very able to read a person. I'm picking up with my pile threes. You're able to read a person, their motives, and who they are. Some of you are like doubly educated. That's the best way. Okay. So it's like you have an education or degree in some sort of study, just like you have an education in the streets, and it shaped you. It gave you your hustle, your drive, your ambition, your motivation. It made you hungry, very simply, with this Chariot. And this Three of Wands over here, as well as even the Two of Wands. You always knew you'd graduate out of that environment or that rough past, but you took all those skills with you. That's why I was talking about lessons in the beginning. Okay. Because for some reason that was just coming through. Like, okay, so my pile 3, some of you guys, you kind of see life maybe in the way that I see it a little bit as well, where it's just like it's an experience, you know? Like, some people, they don't like to look at it as though they're learning something or this is a lesson, because maybe they perceive it as like, oh, that implies that something's wrong with me. And then you have other people, like maybe some of my pile 3s are like myself, where it's like, it's just an experience that I learned from. Like, I gained from that, you know? But it's just perception. That's all it is. That's why all that was coming through. So this past made you hungry. It made you ambitious. Some of you know, and you don't. Some of you may have used to like have been in like a gang or something. Just something kind of rough. Something a little rough. You may have grown up around a lot of street smart individuals. You may not have even been in the street life yourself, but you may have grown up around a lot of old heads with like a lot of wisdom, you know, like they were in the gutter, they lived it, they did that shit, they survived it, they buried a lot of their own family members, they buried a lot of their own friends. You may have come up around that, grown up around that, and really respected these individuals. Society may look at these individuals as like, oh, they're problematic, you know, they were involved in criminal activity. First of all, not everybody comes from a privileged lifestyle. We adapt to our environments. And I see you having learned a lot from your environments, you know? A lot of people, they get it how they live. And I remember I heard somebody say one time, they were like, the life, you don't choose the life chooses you. I forget who said that. I think it was like an old gangster. People don't grow up in these really nice homes and neighborhoods and families, and then they're like, you know what, I'm going into the street. Like no, like this is, people were just bred in this type of environment. And like I said, you always knew you would come out of that. But some of you also too, you know, and you might not say it out loud, but you know that you are smarter or wiser than people that grew up privileged, or maybe they only have an education from school, because you got your first degree from life itself. So some of you are returning as well to your original home or neighborhood with the resources to help where you came from. That's how a lot of you are going to get your roots as well with this grounding card right here. Oh, okay. So Oya is with you, which is why you feel the need to go back home or to help out in some sort of community. You want to clean up some sort of community with this this Three of Wands over here and the Two of Wands. You realize the resources that you could extend there, and you are stepping into this chaotic environment, but it doesn't scare you at all. This is home for you. You can fit in the streets just like you can fit in a room full of educated people. Like, you are untouchable in that regard for a reason. Again, your Oya, she rules in some way from what I'm seeing. She's like, she rules you in some way, or she like hovers you. I don't know. That's what I'm saying, which is why you are going back into this chaotic environment, because you were always destined to help clean up or fix this space. So some of you were born into chaos, and this is why it doesn't touch you or affect you as much when it strikes in your personal life, because you always had to learn to roll with the punches with this Chariot card. You've got a lot to offer at making it out of the environment that you did, and then dominating in your industry or at school or in your profession or creating a successful business or maybe even platform. You have got this respect and admiration from two very different worlds that are colliding because of you with this Chariot card right here. You see how he is balanced? He's balancing himself between these two very different sphinxes, and the Chariot represents power. You move with power, pile 3. You got a lot of power. And it's coming from these two very different backgrounds as well. You're using that as your fuel. These different areas of education, it's like it's your fuel. It helps you move through life successfully, though, in a very successful manner, respected, admired manner. That's what the Chariot is. and you know that you can help, and you are doing so. And I don't know why I keep hearing the name Chicago or the city Chicago. Like, I don't know. I don't know if some of you are from there or live there now or have plans to go there or do something there. I don't know. Maybe you have family that's from there. But Oya is sending you back home or to a place that feels like the home / neighborhood that you grew up in, to heal that community. And by bringing your vision there, it's going to take a lot of building, funding, organizing, planning, but you were bred for this. You have a way of being able to get these communities to band together under a common vision with this 3 of Wands over here. Everyone wants to help bring a different name or more value to this community or this space. That's why some of you have these recurring dreams with this 9 of Swords in reverse about needing to go back home. And it's to the point where it's like like pummeling you. Like, you're just seeing so many signs everywhere about go back home, go back home. Or it's like a community that reminds you of where you grew up at. That's either literal or metaphorical, because the time is coming for you to turn your energy and prospects back towards home or a place like home. So you know how to relate to the community. You know how to speak to them, as well as how to negotiate in business with the King of Pentacles in reverse, which is why he's in reverse. Because yes, he's a king, but he's dexterous or humble, not afraid to rub shoulders with the people that make up that community. But he is also able to put on a suit and talk business and strike deals with the very people who can help him see his vision through. So you have got a lifelong mission or purpose in doing this. Some of you come from 2 different worlds colliding, where one of your parents may have come from money or privilege or had a good position in life, while the other parent may have grown up struggling. So you may have one parent who's like an immigrant, and you keep having these dreams of needing to go back home to your motherland, even if you've never been there. It could just be that one of your parents was from there. So you may be even learning the language or planning to right now. Yeah. This was always a life purpose for you, at least one of them, pile 3, but I'm seeing specifically 2 to 3 major purposes for you with the 2 and the 3 of Wands, and this is one of them. Oya brings storms because she makes way for new life, which is why she represents change. You will represent change in this community. Listen to your ancestors or follow the ancestors I just heard for you. So if you have been getting these recurring dreams about going home, or recurring dreams of even building a house, I see recurring dreams of you in a house, maybe you building a house or being inside of a house and then going and visiting every single room. So these dreams come from your ancestors. And oh shit, yeah, I forgot. Oya also rules the connection between us and our ancestors, our ancestral line, our lineage, right? That's why they're so strong for you. Okay, so Oya is the head to a lot of my pile 3s, especially if you have strong Cancer placements. And yes, Chariot is ruled by Cancer. Yeah, so if you have strong Cancer moon, if you have strong Cancer or moon or 4th house placements, it's another confirmation for you that Oya is very close to you and has been walking with you for a long time. Also, as well, don't just check your tropical placements, also check your sidereal placements. So sidereal is more so Vedic astrology. And so those are just different timing systems. Vedic astrology just keeps up with precession. Tropical timing is basically if you were looking at the skies from 2,000 years ago. That's why your ancestors are so strong for you. You may even feel, you may get waves of feelings and instincts and intuition and stuff like that, where you know, with this 9 of Swords in reverse, you know it's not from you. You know it's not you. You know, you may have always had this knowing, pile 3, that when certain emotions rise up in you, that they're not from you, that they're from an ancestor. So you may very heavily relate to different stories that run throughout your family. You may almost feel like you lived it yourself, or like you can really seriously relate. Some of y'all got some strong ass Cancer or moon placements or 4th house something going on, transits. You may even have a 4th house stellium, a Cancer stellium. Your moon may be involved in a stellium. Yeah, for sure. With this Chariot card here too, you may have a stellium on an axis, and that would mean that like you have a bunch of planets bunched up in one sign, and then planets bunched up in that opposing sign. So the opposing sign to Cancer is Capricorn, and every single sign has an opposing sign. It's just 6 signs apart. So you may have like planets bunched up in opposing signs. And that would also confirm that this is why you are literally made up of these dual forces, these dual natures, these polarizing energies. It's like you literally come from 2 different worlds. And that may also be why you can feel your ancestors. It's like you can still feel that past energy, as well as you can feel yourself and then your future energy. So it's like you have this conglomeration of energies in 2 polar different places coming together because of you. Okay. So yes, Oya is very, very close to my pile 3s. It's just confirmation for you. Yeah. It's just she's also very close to you and has been walking with you for a long time. If that astrological part of it resonated with you, it doesn't have to be, your chart doesn't have to look like that. You may have nothing going on in Cancer, and this reading will still apply to you. But I'm just putting it out there because that's what I'm feeling or sensing, just putting it out there in case that helps some of you to confirm this reading. But yeah, so she's partnered up with you, not because of you either. I just heard her say, she said it's because she chose you. So you didn't choose Oya. She chose you a very long time ago, okay? So you've got work to do that expands beyond lifetimes, pile 3. It's like literally the mission that you have, it literally keeps jumping incarnations. So there's just this one long mission that you've been doing. And it's like one incarnation will end, you'll go into a new incarnation, and then boom, it's like right back to work, picking right back up where you left off. And if you don't believe in reincarnation, then this could just be talking about different chapters of your life that you thought you left behind, and then all of a sudden again it's like, oh wow, here's my childhood again, or something that reminds me of my childhood, or it's like I'm going back home. Like I keep hearing for you, go back home. And like I said, it could be literal or metaphorical. And that could have something to do with your ancestors being like, come over here, come back to us. We've got some things to do through you. We chose you. We got to move through you, work through you, act through you, talk through you, speak through you. So yeah, you've got some work to do that expands beyond lifetimes, pile 3. It literally, this mission doesn't get broken up is what I'm saying. Like I'm seeing like your energy and this mission moving through your incarnations. So it's like you might have an incarnation, a lifetime that goes from here to here, but that mission is still moving through even when that incarnation ends. So when you pick back up in this incarnation, that mission is like still moving through. I literally see it moving through your incarnations. So this is ongoing work from previous lives. Yeah. All right, let's get some oracle cards for you. See what Oya wants to say to my pile 3s. All right. Okay. Hold on. So it says here, let go of whatever it is that you've been holding on to so tightly out of fear of losing it. Know that whatever is yours will have a way of being in your life without needing to force it. Finally, let it go and feel the weight lifted off of you. Image of a balloon there. This card here says self-love is truly the key to harmonious relationships and manifestation. Spend some quality time with yourself right now and work on truly loving and valuing all parts. All parts, put you first. And then this card here says open up and allow a new chapter in your life to unfold. Welcome in the brand new beginnings that are about to begin for you. This is an opportunity for a clean slate and to truly start anew. Funny that I keep kind of like picking up ancestral energy, karmic energy, and it's saying let go of whatever it is that you have been holding on to so tightly out of fear of losing it. And that could be that King of Pentacles energy in reverse right there as well. Underneath the deck here we have find a gentle touch and ease in all that you do at the moment. Allowing things to flow naturally will get you closer to your desires, and trying to force something. Less resistance equals greater output. What I'm actually getting with this let go of whatever it is that you've been holding on to so tightly out of fear of losing it card, know that whatever is yours will have a way of being in your life without needing to force it. Finally let it go and feel the weight lifted off of you. What I'm actually picking up from this card too as well, like with the 3 of Wands, is like what's going to come to you is going to come to you, right? Like you don't have to really go out looking for it or searching for it too much. Like you don't have to search too far to find what you're going to need to perform your life's work. Yeah, open up and allow a new chapter in your life to unfold. Welcome in brand new beginnings that are opportunity for a clean slate and to truly start anew. So you're really here as like to tear certain things down, to tear certain systems maybe down. Oya's literally acting through you. There's a reason why she carries a machete with her, and she does that so she can remove things in her path and remove things in the pathway of her children's path. So this is why Oya's acting through you. You realize that the very communities and neighborhoods that you came up through, or that you grew up in, you realize that those very communities, unless you have a very extremely strong type of will to survive and get through that and to not allow that environment to inhibit you, you know how much effort it takes and direction and clarity and intention it takes to come out of those environments, which is why you are feeling like it may be your life's work to clean up certain environments. Oya's working through you. She uses storms to actually clean things up, to move them around so new life can come in. Yeah, you're creating new opportunities for other people, pile 3. For some of you, this is a business that you're creating, and you're going to hire people specifically that may not have gone to school. Specific message coming through. Some of you guys are going to start your own business, and you're going to specifically hire people that are perfect for the job, but they may not have the accolades. They may not have the degrees. They may not have the connections. They may not have this, that, and the third, but you see their value. You're creating opportunities for more people, pile 3. Let's get a few questions from Mama Oya, what she wants to ask you. Okay, let's see. Very first question is, why am I doing the things I'm doing right now? Yeah, it's a lot of purpose coming to you guys. I don't even want to, I'm not going to focus on the questions because I want you guys to sit with these questions and answer them for yourself. So I don't want to provide my input on these. Let me see. And then this one here says, is there something in my life that makes me forget time while I am doing it? What is it? And then let's see what's underneath the deck. So these are questions from Oya to you for whatever reason. And then we have here, where am I going and why? I'm telling y'all are going back home. There's something like y'all can feel that you're going somewhere. And it's like, even though you're going back home or to a place that reminds you of home, it's like you still feel like you're moving forward. You don't feel like you're moving backwards at all. Let's get one final message here. Very first card is Tituba, feeling safe. Wow. You're creating opportunities for other people to feel safe as well, pile 3. We have Ma'at, giving and receiving underneath the deck. All right, so I'm going to read both of these out of the book for you. So we have Ma'at, giving and receiving, and then we have Tituba, feeling safe. So one sec. All right, and Tituba here is the goddess of feeling safe from Barbados, Guyana, and Salem. Temple is ancestors. Element is air. I told y'all your ancestors are... They're here. And it says, great ancestress Tituba was an enslaved Caribbean woman who was the first person accused in the 1692 Salem witch trials. She was most likely kidnapped from the Guyana region in South America and then sold through a Barbados plantation. Tituba's guidance here says, it is finally safe to be you. You have wandered through a dark night. Your trip has been long. There is light ahead. Your liberation is apparent. Embodiment says you deserve to feel secure. Feeling safe is knowing that your basic needs are met. Feeling safe is feeling at home in your body. Feeling safe is trusting your journey. Feeling safe is feeling free around those you love. Feeling safe is trusting that the sun will rise again. If you grew up emotionally, spiritually, or physically unsafe, what did I tell y'all? Y'all grew up in a hard-ass neighborhood or had a hard something. Somebody here definitely did, or my pile 3s in general just had a difficult childhood. And look at what Your reading picked up. It says, if you grew up emotionally, spiritually, or physically unsafe, reset your default expectations to a healthier vibration. Goddess declaration says, I am safe. It is safe to be safe. That's so true. Like sometimes we need that confirmation that it's like, is it safe to be safe, to feel safe, you know? And a lot of you guys, you come from these environments where there was no one around to protect you or to protect other people in your environment, and you saw the impact that this had on people. So you guys are really creating opportunities, safe spaces for other people because of where you come from. Just very simply, let's see. Okay, final message from Oya is coming from Ma'at, giving and receiving, and it says, she's from Egypt. The temple is conjurers. Element is air. Goddess Ma'at represents alignment, truth, and balance. Her name means order, as her father, Egyptian sun god Ra, rose out of the chaos and put her in charge of divine justice. Ma'at's guidance here says, reset your harmonic balance. You are out of alignment. The sacred scales command you. The sacred scales command you to give and receive. If you receive without giving, you are selfish and out of alignment. If you give without receiving, you are stuck in martyrdom and out of alignment. Embodiment says, giving and receiving is spiritual law and spell work. Give time, money, service, resources, and good vibes. If you are a generous giver, cultivate a practice of receiving. Receiving is a sacred feminine principle that makes many uncomfortable. So true. It says, receive compliments, joy, support, pleasure, friendship, money, and love. They are all the same to spirit. Goddess declaration here says, I give easily and freely. I receive freely and easily. So make sure you're giving just as much as you are putting into other people and communities and things like that as well. Pile 3, but this is all that I'm seeing for you guys. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit, for these messages, as well as the great Mother Oya for coming through today. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. And until next time, please stay safe, stay healthy, stay blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, guys. Pile 4, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting off with an oracle card. Then I'm going to get to your tarot cards, then pull some additional oracle cards on camera after that, just to receive, channel, downloads, messages, guidance, advice, clarity from the powerful mother of changes and storms and new beginnings, the mother, or Orisha Oya. So let's just get started. Very first card that we have for you is omens. What have you been seeing lately? Pile 4, correct? Yeah, we're in pile 4. What have you been seeing lately? Underneath the deck here, we have a reunion of souls. So whatever signs you've been seeing, it could be because there is a reunion on the way. There could be somebody re-entering your life. And this could be somebody from this life, somebody from a past life. But let's just start turning over your tarot cards, because I have a feeling this is a little bit deeper than what I'm picking up here. So the very first card that we have for you is the King of Cups. Then we have the Eight of Pentacles. Then the World. That's interesting. We have the World card, King of Cups, Reunion of Souls. Then we have here the Hermit. And the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. King of Cups. And first of all of your cards are upright. That's a first for today. All your cards are upright. None of your energy is inverted right now. King of Cups is emotionally responsible. And I see you taking responsibility for something that you feel that you caused, or are acknowledging that you caused. So this Eight of Pentacles, okay, I'm seeing where this is going with omens and reunion of souls. Okay, so with the Eight of Pentacles, I see some of my pile 4 sitting down with someone and saying, get it off your chest. Or like, let me have it. I can take it. For some of you, you are stepping in and assuming a role that someone else could not do or chose not to do. One thing that I'm seeing in this pile is possibly a masculine sitting down with a child of theirs and taking responsibility for how this child grew up, or for who they became with this Eight of Pentacles right here. Eight of Pentacles is the card of production. That's why you see him working his little butt off. I mean, that's all he has time for. And as you can see, the city's behind him. He's not even in the city. He's not distracted. He's just like, I've got work to do. So he's completely focused on work. So that's the card of production. Tangible production. So this is something that becomes a part of our reality. What he's working on becomes a part of our environment, and physical reality. You are taking responsibility with this King of Cups for the emotions that you produced with the Eight of Pentacles in somebody else. So for example, let's say that you were a young parent and maybe made some mistakes, or you weren't there in the beginning. This shaped that child, and you are aware of that, especially now that you know what you know and that you see what you see with this World card right here, especially now that you are much more accountable and honest about the past. Hermit card, and as well as even the Wheel of Fortune. So going back to that example, this is you sitting down with that child and saying to them, I know I wasn't there, or I know you blame me for something. I can take it. Tell me how you feel. This is you doing this to remove the emotional burden from them that you may have placed onto them or onto somebody else when you were younger, or maybe not in your right frame of mind. Emotionally, you weren't present or aware enough or at a space where you could be emotionally accountable, or where you had to realize that there was emotional accountability that you had to accept or take there. You may have tried to reject it at first. You had your own demons to tackle at some point, and you did. Now you are making amends in some areas for some of my pile fours. Now on the flip side, because there is another half to my pile fours, and it's crazy because the other half of my pile fours are like the child in that scenario where you were the one that has been carrying someone else's mistakes or choices with you. It became your burden, especially if there was someone that never explained to you why they left or why they acted the way that they did. Or maybe they never gave you the opportunity to get that off of your chest about how they made you feel, how they impacted your life. That is coming towards you with this World card right here. Whoever this may be, they again needed time to deal with their own demons. Hermit card. When they saw how this affected everyone else around them with the Wheel of Fortune, they got a very scary glimpse of an inevitable future with the World and the Wheel of Fortune, where their decisions plagued even their grandchildren. This really shook somebody up. This realization, this wake-up call really shook someone up, because again, they are ready to come and collect their baggage that they left you with, and let them do this, pile four. Some of you may not want to hear from this person because you're seeing it as like maybe a selfish act, or you don't know what their motives are and why they want to take accountability now, like today, all of a sudden, right? And so I'm going to be real with you, pile four. It's none of your business. Let's say you were the child in that scenario that got left with the baggage or the burden of one of your parents' bad decisions, right? The fact that they are coming back now to take accountability is none of your business as to why they are ready now. I'm going to tell you this much. They don't even know for certain why they're back now. They can't explain to you. They can't explain it to you. It's not logical at all. They didn't use any of their critical mind and coming to terms with this. For them, it's completely emotional. King of Cups. This is all sixth sense energy or instinctive energy. It's purely intuitive. Their motives from this reading, what I am seeing here, is pure. But they won't be able to explain to you the shift in their priorities. So it will always seem suspicious to you. But the end result, pile four, is the break in generational madness. I heard madness specifically. Generational madness. Okay. Generational madness. What is that? I feel like with madness, like the reason she used that word is because Oya is a mother. She's a mother of 9. She's known as the Lady of 9, the mother of 9. Because she either gave birth to 9 children or she lost 9 children. It depends on the story that you hear of her. To her, it is madness for anybody to abandon their child. For her, it's madness. This is generational madness. So this may be a common theme throughout some of your families, throughout some of your generations. Mama Oya refuses to allow whoever this is to rest. This person has had no peace in their life since they left or abandoned someone or their responsibilities. It has haunted them. It has definitely haunted them. with this death card underneath the deck. This was underneath the deck for your reading. This has haunted this person. There was nowhere that they could go to escape what they were running from with this World card. And a lot of it had to do with their own childhood. And this is what has put the fear of God in them, because they have this massive epiphany where they realize, I caused all this emotional hurt or damage or pain to someone else because someone caused me to feel the exact same way. And look at that. I've made my own children or someone else feel the exact same way that I felt. They're having this realization of like, wow, hurt people. Damage people try to attempt to damage other people. This person is assuming the responsibility of breaking the cycle with the World and the Hermit card here, and they assume that responsibility alone. They don't really care about your reception. They don't care if you scream, yell at them, curse them out. You could think of the worst things that you want to say to this person because you're so emotional, so irate, so angry, so hurt by everything that they did. They're so willing to take it. King of Cups. There is something very Hanged Man-esque here about your reading, where this person, and you could be this person, or you may be dealing with this person that's trying to come back. Reunion of souls and omens, exactly. So this person coming back, they're like, I can take it. King of Cups, I can take it. I deserve it. Tell me everything. Tell me how you feel. You may be expecting them to like walk away or be like, I don't have to deal with this, I don't have to deal with these dramatics. You may be expecting that from them because they always walk away, they always leave, they always abandon, they always, if something's not going in their way, they're out. If there's no benefit for them, they're not there. This person may have been selfish in some ways, and here they are being completely selfless. This is like, it's like a complete turnaround, and you're like, who the fuck is this? I don't remember you being like this. Damn, if you could have always been this person, maybe we would have been all right, and they just take it. They assume that responsibility on their own because they realize, I am the source, I am the cause, therefore I have to take it. I gotta eat this. And I'm going to insert a picture, actually, of the original Wheel of Fortune from the Visconti Tarot deck. And this Visconti Tarot deck came out in like the 1500s, I want to say. Oh my goodness. I'm just realizing y'all got the damn Hermit card, card 9, and then the Wheel of Fortune card, card 10. Holy hell, I am definitely inserting pictures of both of these cards then from their original depiction in the earliest tarot deck known to man, because it applies here. In the original Wheel of Fortune, as we discussed in a lot more detail over on Patreon, there's a very old man who looks identical to the Hermit card, the card that comes before the Wheel of Fortune, and the Hermit. They look identical, as you can see on the screen. I'm going to insert this on the screen. They look identical, right? And so there's this old man here supporting this wheel on his worn back, and there's these 3 small children clenching the rest of the wheel. Why? Because this is a statement. It's a depiction of the cycles of life. We inherit the world and environment that our elders leave for us. We inherit the world and environment that our elders created for us based off of their movements, actions, and decisions. We inherit that. We're born into it. And then we have to make our own decisions from that. This is why so many of us are angry with our parents. We're angry with our grandparents. We're angry with the people that brought us up. It's why so many of us, we're dealing with that anger right now. This is a very angry ass, emotional ass generation. I don't care. I'm comfortable enough to say it. I'm in my King of Cups bag right now. Like, yeah, I'll say it. We're angry and emotional as fuck. Because we're carrying so much that our parents, our grandparents went through. We're carrying their injustices. We're carrying our own. And so we're really purging that. This is what this person who had a hand in shaping so much of your life saw a glimpse of, and it scared the hell out of them to think that, okay, wow, this is a bit dark, but I'm gonna repeat it. This individual saw themselves at their own funeral. Even though they were gone from the physical realm, right? Even though they were gone from the physical realm, their demons were still alive and well and breathing and had chosen a new vessel, which was their child or grandchildren. This person had a vision of themselves after they were gone, and they weren't missed. People didn't cry. People were still angry. This hit that person heavy. This person used to think, I'll just run to escape this, and once I'm gone, I'm gone. Someone thought they were doing a favor by being gone, by running away from the situation, by abandoning their responsibilities. They would have never left had they realized leaving you or their responsibility didn't protect anyone. It further solidified their fate. This is why they are returning. You deserve justice, closure, clarity. It's redemption in so many ways. And it's interesting because I see Oya over this person and their connection to you. That's why Reunion of Souls is here. Okay. She opened this person's eyes to realize that their chaos, pain, suffering would not die with them like they had originally hoped. Jesus Christ, this is deep. Let this or allow this person to free you, pile 4. If this is not a parent in your life, this could be a parent of one of your children then maybe. Let this other parent come in and free your child, because I'm telling you, this person that left or abandoned their responsibility, it is bigger than them. They see it now, but it took a real wake-up call that they are currently experiencing. Let them free you, pile 4. This is not yours or anyone else's to carry. Do not allow your anger to keep you from being freed. Anger is perfectly fine. There is nothing wrong with it. But, because there is always a but, if it interferes with this closure that is due to you with this world card, death, something is trying to be closed out, okay? Death is underneath the deck for you. Something's trying to be closed out. World card showed up in your cards here, your main cards. So if your anger interferes with this closure that is due to you, then this anger has now become toxic and detrimental to you. It's become a prison. And just like this person feared, it is evidence, further evidence that these demons or baggage has now latched onto you or this younger generation. Do not allow your anger to imprison you. Anger is the womb that holds generational traumas, pain, curses, karma. Sometimes we have to abort what is in our energetic womb when it is latched onto our anger or lower vibrational emotions. Allow this to happen, please. Please. Damn, you got me begging you. You got me begging you. Please, 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 please. Allow this to be cleared from your womb, from your system. Let's get some other oracle cards here. Does Mama Oya also want to say to my pile 4s? Very first card that we have says, you are gifted with the power of healing. Look at that. You are gifted with the power of healing, both on a level of self and of others. Step into the light and work with the energy to benefit yourself and to serve others. The light is within you and all around you. If this is just going back to that scenario, if this is like a parent of yours that is all of a sudden coming back, or somebody in your life that is all of a sudden coming back, reunion of souls right here, omens, they're all of a sudden coming back. This person is a late bloomer in terms of their spiritual purpose or mission here. And it's weird because it's like they were always kind of meant to be a late bloomer with the world and the wheel of fortune here, which can definitely signify time. Yeah, and the 8 of Pentacles, this can definitely talk about time. The Hermit, it took time for them to search and become very conscious and cognizant of the decisions that they were making and how they were impacting other people. It took time for a reason. Hold on. Okay, so it says, there may be someone who is thinking fondly about you at this moment. Exactly. Reunion of souls right here. It says you share a deep soul bond with another and your thoughts and souls are currently colliding. This person is meant to be in your life, whether together or apart. You guys see that? This is that person. This is the omens that they are picking up. They're picking that up. And you may be receiving signs and stuff that it's time for you to let this go. Death underneath the deck. It's time to let this go. It's time to bury this. It's time for me to actually live my life without this shit dictating how good that life is. Underneath the deck we have, it's time to disconnect from the external noise that is distracting you from the truth of your intuition, which is currently being clouded. Go within and trust the inner voice. So your intuition is currently being clouded. That's why we have omens here. I'm going to leave this out as well. Your intuition is currently being clouded. That's also why we have omens here. King of Cups. This is about listening to your intuitive soul, your heart. Listening to that and really allowing that intuitive nature to take over and be like, okay, do I think that I'm ready to let this go? If you're ready to let it go, let it go. If you're not ready yet, take your time, be patient with yourself. 8 of Pentacles. Take your time, go through your process. Go through your process of producing those emotions, feeling them, validating them, and then releasing them and letting them go. Because that's how emotions are. They move through us like a wave. Sometimes those waves are very big, like a tsunami type wave, and it just takes time for that huge wave to pass over. But that's happening for you. With this Eight of Pentacles right here, we've got this energy, this emotion flowing through you. It's being produced through you. It's moving through you. So if you're like, I'm not ready to let this go, I'm not ready to forgive, that's okay too. That is all up to you. It's your prerogative. But whenever you are ready to live your life free of this, call it back in. Let's get a couple of questions from Mama Oya to you. Any questions she wants to ask her child? Okay. So it says, look at that. If I didn't feel shame or fear, what would I do now? This is what this person is being asked. This person that needs to make amends with you. This person that needs to come to you and ask for forgiveness. This person that needs to come to you and acknowledge the hurt that they caused you. They are not allowed to get away with this. They are going to acknowledge you, whether you hold on to it or not. Whether you hold on to this anger, whether you hold on to a grudge or say like, I'm not ready to forgive, whether you're holding on to it or you're like, I forgive, I move past this, I am done, I am good to go. That's perfectly fine too. This person is the one that is seeking redemption. This isn't yours. Okay? This could be an ex. All right? It says here, the next question is, what gives me great joy? King of Cups. And then we have underneath the deck, where am I going and why? What was underneath this? Let's see. It says, am I doing more of the things that keep me alive or more of the things that make me feel alive? What makes me feel alive? So these are just some questions that she wants you to sit with and answer. So I'm not going to interpret those questions because these are personal questions for you guys, but I'm actually kind of feeling like too, these are questions for your person. Whoever feels like they need to come back into your life and make it right and give you your moment to have your kind of like your reckoning with them, to check their ass and be like, you screwed up here, here, and here. Let them have it. Let them have, this is your moment. Let them have it. Make sure you say everything you need to say. Wait, hold on. These are two cards here. So we have here Satira Brazen. Underneath that was Mami Wata Naked. Interesting. Underneath the deck here we have Long Booby Susie, Shame. See that there's somebody that's carrying a shit ton of shame in your energy. It could be you that's ashamed of maybe how you treated somebody. If that's the case, it says it right here too. If I didn't feel shame or fear, what would I do now? Okay, so I'm gonna read all three of these out of the deck for you. I think it's just very important. All right, so Mami Wata is the goddess of emotional nakedness, and she's from the diaspora. Temple is Griot, element is water, like the King of Cups. It says Mami Wata and her sisters live in the Ikpoba River in Benin City, I think. I don't know if I'm saying that right. It says like Benin right here if you guys want to look into this. Benin City, I think, Nigeria. But the ancient mermaid goddess is her own global pantheon. Mami Wata influences emotions and gifts her followers with clairvoyance and healing powers. Okay, like I said, this person is coming into their own healing powers as a late bloomer, later on in life. It just took time. Eight of Pentacles. It says here, Mami Wata's got, because doesn't it also say healing something? Yeah, you're gifted with the power of healing right here, both on a level of self and of others. And it says again in this other completely different deck, hide no more the emotional nakedness you, oh no, wait, where is it at? What does it say? Oh, Mami Wata influences emotions and gifts her followers with clairvoyance and healing powers. Then Mami Wata's guidance says, hide no more. The emotional nakedness that you avoid is your superpower, not your shame. There's that shame word again. It says embodiment. Okay, so emotional nakedness. So for some of you, whether you're the person that is seeking redemption or the person that is being approached to redeem someone else, be emotionally naked. Like I was saying before I started reading this card, let them have it. If you were the one that was done wrong, tell them exactly how you feel. what you've gone through, what you've been through because of their actions, choices, and decisions. Be emotionally vulnerable, transparent, let their ass have it. And because the person is coming to you, they're emotionally bare. King of Cups, they're emotionally bare. They're emotionally humble. And they're here and they're really trying to relate and they're understanding. Okay. So they're even able to see completely past your anger. That anger is not going to deter them. It's not going to freak them out. It's not going to make them run away like it normally would, because this person used to try and avoid accountability. If anything, it's just going to make them really realize like, wow, I have seriously impacted you so much. They're going to see that anger as like, this is how I made you feel. Okay, and then we have embodiment here, and it says being emotionally naked means being vulnerable enough for the real you to shine through. Vulnerability is a strength and not a weakness. So true. It says practice being transparent. Start with the people closest to you. Say, I haven't been showing the whole me, but I am starting today. Have the courage to feel and express your feelings without people pleasing. Speak your truth, share your story, cultivate an appreciation for vulnerability in others. Become comfortable with feeling uncomfortable and making others uncomfortable. Goddess declaration says, I have the courage to be vulnerable. I love that. The card shame here says, shadow of shame, and it's from Garifuna, Belize, I believe. And it says, temple is shadows, element is fire. Long Bubby Susie keeps the children of Belize terrified. Viewed as a shadow monster, she has the power to kill or to nurture with her long, scary breasts that contain milk and poison. Wow, okay. It says this beautiful Afro-Indigenous spirit may be a distortion of the Arawak Taino moon goddess Atabe, I believe. It's right there. I just want to show you guys these names in case you want to look them up. And then it says, Long Bubby Susie's shadow guidance says you are beautiful and loved. Every part of you in your journey is beautiful, even the ugliest moments. Oh my God. Some of you guys in this pile really needed to hear that. You may have screwed up in the past, but you're still beautiful. You still have a heart of gold and a soul of gold. It's just about realizing that and acting from that place instead of a lower place. And the embodiment for this card says you are secretly scared that you are not enough. Shame is lying to you. You are not broken. You are not unlovable, ugly, or unworthy. Shame keeps you small and hiding. Accept yourself now. You are a bright light. Allow yourself to see who you really are. You are doing the very best you can. You are lovable and you are complete. Goddess declaration says here, I am protected. Oh, I love these messages for your pile, because there's two very different piles here. And then the final message here from Mother Oya is from the goddess of brazenness, and she's from Guyana, and it says here, the temple warriors element fire. Goddess Satira is the energy and spirit of Buxton in Guyana, South America. Satira is brave, bold, brazen, and bare-faced, casting a spell with her hips. Satira's guidance here says, step up. Go for it. Partner with the divine to make brazen choices, and everything meant to diminish you will alleviate you. All who mean you harm fall away. Your hurdles are illusions because you are plugged into the source. Embodiment here says, make the brazen decision. What would you dare to do if you knew you couldn't fail? It is brazen to be unapologetically you. It is brazen to speak up for someone not in the room. It is brazen to choose a different spiritual path or career than your community. It is brazen to build your family your way. The God and Goddess force energy is brazen. Goddess declaration says, I am bold, brave, shameless, and brazen. I love that so much. Shame just keeps coming up. I think it came up in every card. And then we have shame over here as well. So this is about releasing that shame. Some of you guys, the ones that were wronged, you accepted some sort of shame on someone else's behalf. This is really about purging shame. This reunion of souls, this reunion that Mama Oya is overseeing is going to release that heavy burden of shame. And this is the beautiful thing about this. This reunion here is going to be very healing for all parties involved. And not just all parties involved, but even the future generations, okay? So pile 4, this is all that I'm seeing for you guys. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, and amazing spirit for these messages. And let me also thank the great Mother Goddess Oya for coming through and delivering these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. Until next time, please stay safe, stay healthy, stay blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, guys. Pile number 5, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting off with a oracle card. Then I'm going to be checking out your tarot cards here, then pulling some additional oracle cards on camera to receive, download, channel messages, divine messages from the great goddess mother of storms, lightning, change, the Orisha named Mama Oya. So yeah, we're going to just jump in get started. Okay, so the card that came out is Emotional Release. And underneath the deck, we have Abundance. Hold on, she said get one more. And then we have Forgiveness. Yeah, that would make sense with that emotional release. Okay. Underneath the deck now, we have Integration. So just off of emotional release, forgiveness, and abundance, a message is coming through that if you've been trying to manifest, praying for something, asking for something, and you're feeling like your prayers are a little bit blocked, or like your abundance isn't flowing like it should, there's some heavy energy that needs to be released from you emotionally. It needs to be released from your sacral chakra area. And it's really funny because the sacral chakra rules reception, it rules emotion. But again, it's the energy center within our bodies, within our spiritual being, that governs our ability to receive, okay? And so if the sacral area is fucked up, and emotionally a lot of us are we're going through it emotionally, right? And so if our emotional being is in any way, shape, or form dense, heavy, operating very slowly, it's not functioning properly, or we're channeling a lot of low vibrational frequency to that area, then naturally it's also as well impacting our ability to receive. And it's not that it necessarily cuts off our ability to receive, but I mean, because you can't really cut off your ability to receive, you are a receptor as a human being. So because of the energy, the essence that lives within you, you're just naturally a receptor. All living beings are. So it's not that you can necessarily cut off your ability to receive, but it's that you start receiving the very things that make you feel low or not good. So it's basically like it shapes what we are, it shapes what we are able to take on, it shapes what we are able to receive, it shapes what we are able to call in, that sacral chakra area. So that's exactly what I'm picking up with these three cards here. Forgiving is a beautiful way to cleanse out that sacral chakra area. It's like literally taking a bottle of Lysol wipes and just cleaning the hell out of your sacral chakra. When we forgive, there's no more effective way to cleanse our emotional, spiritual being in space other than forgiving. So that's what I'm picking up with these three cards. Let's get to your tarot cards now. Very first card that we have, Four of Wands in reverse. Okay. Then we've got the Five of Wands in reverse. A couple of these piles today have been doing that with the cards. The cards have been kind of coming out in sync a little bit. And then we have the Hermit also in reverse. And I do read reversals. It's just how I like to read. It's just preference. And then we have the Five of Pentacles coming out upright. And then the Five of Swords. Yeah, see? So we've got 3 5s here. 3 5. We have a 4 and a 5, and then we have 3 5s. 5 of Wands, 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Swords. So 5 may be a very significant number for my pile 5. You're pile 5. So 5 may be a very significant number for you. I'm sorry, it just all hit me. Oh, and underneath the deck, because I still have your deck sitting out here, Wheel of Fortune in reverse was underneath. Okay, so I'm hearing actually rest for you. Your energy is being restored, I just heard. So yeah, and if 5 is a significant number in your life right now, I don't know what it's called in numerology because I'm not that educated in numerology at all. But when I got I looked into my own numerological chart and I didn't know what the hell I was looking at. But I did learn a little bit about, what was that called? It's like these different chapters that you move into, and basically like it's like you may have a specific number that rules your year, or there's like specific numbers that rule the next 7 years of your life. I forget what they call it specifically in astrology, but you guys may be in a 5 a 5 dominated like a year or chapter or something like that numerologically, the 5th house could have a lot going on in your own chart, in your own natal chart. You may have some big transits in there right now. Uranus may be moving through there, Neptune, Pluto, some sort of generational planet may be happening in your 5th house. Your 5th house may be very activated right now, or Leo energy in your chart, or the sun may be the sun may be transiting maybe like your 5th house or something like that, astrologically, because we have 5s here. Your pile number 5. I haven't done a 5 pile reading in a long time, and so the fact that all these 5s are coming through is just wild to me. But yeah, so your energy, whatever made you feel stable, was hit surprisingly. Kind of like some Uranus energy. So you may even have Uranus currently transiting your 4th house with this 4 of Wands right here, or it could be transiting your 5th house. But whatever life used to be is not what it is for you anymore. But this has, okay, so I'm going to read this for you guys because I feel like it was specific. I just got a verse of the day notification that came through my phone, and it says here, and I will give you a new heart and a new spirit I will put within you, and I will remove the heart of stone from your flesh and give you a heart of flesh. And it's from Ezekiel 36 and 26. And I just wanted to read that because I feel like it came through for a very specific person. Whatever life used to be is not what you're living or experiencing anymore. And this has completely destabilized your energy with this 4 of Wands in reverse right here. You may feel displaced, dispersed, fractured. Some of you have been possibly diagnosed with PTSD or some sort of maybe even like compulsive disorder with this 5 of Wands in reverse right here. It could have something to do with like attention deficit, something like that as well. Or maybe if you are ADD or ADHD, it may be very like amplified right now, very heightened because of what's going on in your own personal life. So it may be very difficult for you to pay attention, to hold, for something to hold or keep your attention right now. For those of you in school, you may be struggling educationally because your attention is just everywhere. You got too many 5s going on. I just came out of a 5-year last year, and let me tell you, I could not get my shit together. It was like, if there was like a meme of my life last year, it's just like me getting slapped across the face with like life change after life change after life change. It was like major life changes, and these were really incredible, good changes, but they were so heavy and draining. They were extremely draining. And I mentioned that in one of the other piles in today's reading. Oya, she is the mother of change. So basically 5 is her energy. In a sense, she can really relate to the chaoticness of the number and the vibration that is behind the number 5. Change can be extremely tiring, especially if you don't like change. Beautiful thing about change is that it really releases you from whatever trajectory you were on and may have had a difficult time getting off of, or getting out of. And so it all came from, if you're having difficulties right now educationally or just keeping your attention, it all came from this one moment with this 4 of Wands in reverse right here is what I'm picking up. So for example, this 4 of Wands in reverse, it could have come from like a divorce or a loss of life or a really big life change, right? Yeah, your Wheel of Fortune literally just slid out. Okay, I'm going to take that as a sign. She wants me to keep it in your reading. I accidentally bumped the deck over here and it literally just slid over. There's some sort of big change with this 4 of Wands in reverse, and there was some loss of normalcy that has shaken up your entire life where you don't know what's up versus down anymore with this 5 of Wands right here. You don't know how to find your center anymore with the Hermit in reverse over here. You may not even know what you were trying to restore, what you even want anymore with this 5 of Pentacles over here as well. So this 5 of Swords is you feeling or behaving differently, especially coupled with the 5 of Wands and the 5 of Pentacles right here. So let's say, for example, you suddenly got divorced, okay? And this breakup, it just changes you, where you don't joke around as much anymore or smile as much. Maybe you're not as soft or gentle. Maybe it's not as easy to get close to you, to maybe it's not as easy for you to trust anymore. Maybe you're just not the same person anymore. And actually, no, it's not a maybe. That change was inevitable with this 5 of Swords right here. This kind of battle that you went through, you walked away from it, you got out of it, or you left it completely changed. completely changed. There's definitely no maybe here with this Five of Swords. Again, your stability has been toppled over with this Four of Wands in reverse. What's upright for you is the Five of Pentacles, which is loss, insufficiency. It symbolizes or represents inadequacy, scarcity, shortage, absence, and even unavailability. So whatever happened recently with this big change was either so shocking and out of the blue for you, or it was such a rare case that you still feel like the ground is missing from underneath your feet. And I'm hearing to tell you, you will land on both feet. So for a few of you in this pile, this is a relief for you because you don't have to try and cover up the arguing, fighting, and discord anymore with this Five of Wands in reverse. Whatever may have kind of just come undone, come unhinged in your life. For some of you, it's a relief because it's like, okay, I don't have to keep trying to cover this up anymore. I don't have to keep trying to manage this crisis anymore. It's completely out of my hands now. Like it's a relief that you don't have to hide it. And so, but the majority of you were blindsided. But either way, the truth is out now. Whatever was happening in the dark has come to light, and you may not have been aware of this. So someone's own home was messed up too. So for example, let's say that like just an example, let's say you're a cop, right? I don't know. And you're protecting and serving the community. You are so focused on your job or protecting the community from crime that you completely overlook maybe a close friend who's doing some criminal shit with this Five of Swords right here. Totally just an example, but it's like lifting the veil on your own home with this Four of Wands and the Five of Wands in reverse right here that you really thought was perfect or close to perfect with the Four of Wands in reverse. You thought it was at least a healthy, good space maybe. And another scenario could be like your partner coming to you out of nowhere and saying they're completely unhappy and they want to leave. Whatever this is, you had no clue. So this may have happened on a day where Saturn and Moon conjunct for you personally. But this destabilizing experience has left you feeling afraid of every little movement or change in your own life. It has made you act from a place of survival where it is difficult for you to trust with this Five of Pentacles and this Five of Swords. You may have become a lot more defensive or paranoid in thinking that everyone wants to take what is yours or strip you of what is yours. This is why forgiveness and emotional release is here. And even abundance as well. This is how you make way for abundance. By getting out of the scarcity mindset. That's why the Five of Pentacles is here. Wow. Okay, so yeah, you may have become more paranoid and thinking that everybody wants to take something from you or strip you of something that's yours. You feel so much more ready for a threat or a fight or a surprise now. But pile 5, you can rest. And that's why I heard rest in the beginning. Okay, so yeah, you can rest now. You don't have anything to protect anymore. You don't need to be, and that's why the Wheel of Fortune also slid out, because it's like Wheel of Fortune represents a wheel. Wheels move, right? They're constantly turning. They never stop. It's also why the Wheel of Fortune is surrounded by the 4 fixed signs of the zodiac. This is something that we talked about in painful detail over on Patreon, and how it connects to even the first, the authors of the first 4 books of the New Testament in the Bible. It's all connected. Rider Waite and Pamela Coleman Smith made sure they connected everything. So anyways, getting out of that, the Wheel of Fortune is here because it's saying like we're moving right along past this. This is over. You don't have to carry this new personality into all of these new future situations and scenarios and relationships. You don't have to carry this Five of Swords, Five of Pentacles sort of feeling into these new relationships and scenarios and experiences. So you don't need to be in this defensive stand anymore. You can rest now. The moment has passed. So it's absolutely crazy to me how a life-changing moment can happen in seconds, right? But that moment can stay with us and influence the person that we become for weeks, months, years, decades, even the rest of our lives. I mean, this Four of Wands in reverse moment is a type of experience, I'm not going to lie, that it stays within your energy where you can carry it to the next incarnation if you don't properly release these emotions and forgive. If you don't properly let this go, this Four of Wands moment that I'm picking up for you in reverse is something that can stay with you and follow you into the next life, the next incarnation, if you believe in reincarnation. Oya is the governess of change. She's the lady of 2 seats or 2 thrones, is how I always describe feminine energies that are like the high priestess, where they sit between realms of what was and what will be. Oya is particularly close to you right now because she wants you to embrace this change and to see the storms as this sacred thing that removed the veil of whatever was fake in your life or manufactured. There was a lot of manufactured life here, where it was maybe you built a beautiful life or had a hand in building something beautiful, or you thought you built something beautiful. And it's like it wasn't that at the core. The substance of that thing wasn't what you thought it was. Whatever it looked like on the outside is not what was going on the inside behind closed doors, is what I'm picking up. This is betrayal then. Okay, so she's clearing this up for me. So that's why we have the 5 of Wands in reverse. Hermit, 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Swords. Even a little bit of the 4 of Wands here in reverse. You thought you were safe. You really thought you were safe. Some of you really thought you were safe. You really trusted your environment or position as a safe place with the 4 of Wands in reverse. Yes, betrayal will make you feel as though the only one that you can trust is you. And I'm hearing this. I'm actually hearing this song that I kind of like reconnected to a couple of days ago. I used to listen to this shit all the time. It's like an older song. But what's the name of it? It's by this artist named Banks, and the song is Fuck With Myself, I think. And in the lyrics, she keeps saying, like, I fuck with myself more than anybody else. She keeps saying that in the lyrics in the song. And I really don't know the rest of her lyrics, because it's like, the song's a little bit of a bop. So it's like, every time I listen to it, I'm just kind of bopping to it, like just kind of vibing. And I'm not really paying as much attention to her lyrics. So I don't know the rest of them, but she keeps saying the same line over and over and over again. I fuck with myself more than anybody else. And this is something that you guys took on. You really did take on this 5 of Swords energy. 5 of Swords energy is the epitome of I fuck with myself more than anybody else, for sure. And so, but Mama Oya, she brought the storm in to expose the intentions of people around you. You may have even been asking and praying for people's true colors to be shown, or for the truth to be exposed, or for the truth to come out. And that's why she brought in the storm. So you were trying to possibly build with untrustworthy individuals, which is like trying to build a house on mud or a shaky ass ground. Some of you had your own secrets as well to admit to. Hey, okay. Because this Wheel of Fortune actually is saying now we can build together if we want to, because everything is out in the open. But this facade, this 4 of Wands in reverse, it had to be revealed. So for some of my pile 5s here, you have the opportunity to develop an even more authentic, honest, transparent home, space, environment, relationship, marriage with this 4 of Wands in reverse and this Wheel of Fortune over here. Because the 5 of Pentacles is saying, or is asking the question again, are you sure this is the type of either marriage or relationship or job or life that you want to live? Are you sure this is the life that you want? Are you sure? This revelation may have popped up during Mercury retrograde for you last month as well. Mercury retrograde just ended a few days ago. You guys won't be seeing this reading until another couple of weeks. It is currently, what's today's date? June 6th, I think, I want to say, or the 7th. So Mercury retrograde just officially ended June 3rd, a few days ago. This keeps asking, are you sure? And that question may have been very persistent during Mercury retrograde for you. But there's a question here asking, are you sure? Are you sure you want to take this risk? Are you sure this is who you want to build with? Are you sure this is the foundation you want to build on? Are you sure this is the environment that you want to build within? If so, that's fine. But everyone has the right to know what they are getting into or signing up for. So there's a lot more honesty here, even if it hurts, even if the truth hurts or isn't as pretty as the idea or the image of this perfect life with this 4 of Wands in reverse right here. But this is a gift from Oya, where the perfection is not something that you have to live up to anymore. So you have total control in how you build from here, from now on. Let's see, let's get a couple of oracle cards. So this card here says, believe in the impossible and just for a while, indulge in a fantasy or two of yours and remember what it feels like to hold space for innocence and blind faith. Make a wish, you may be surprised. Some of you have really been wishing for something. I feel like that card came out because Oya is saying, like, yes, I hear your wish is granted, but your wish has come through in the form of a storm. get another message from Oya. And this card here says, this may be a time of great change in your life. Yeah, like I was talking about your whole reading, all these fives, it's a lot of change. And Oya is the mother of change. And it says, this may be a time of great change in your life where you will soon change tracks completely. This could be moving locations, a new job opportunity, or doing something risky. This is a divinely guided shift for you. Take a chance. Just like it says over here, believe in the impossible. Believe in the impossible. So there's something here about taking a chance, taking a risk. Yeah, I did keep saying, are you sure? Because there's something about this that may feel a little bit risky, but it's so much less risky now that all of the truth is out in the open. And like I said, some of you too, you had your own truths or secrets to maybe admit to. And the fact that maybe some sort of information came out, or maybe somebody came to you and decided to spill their guts, you decided to spill your guts back. And you guys are really trying to decide, is this something that we want to keep building on together? Underneath the deck here, it says, bring some color and variety into your life right now. Work with color therapy, spice up your routine, or pick up a paintbrush and a canvas. Replace the gray areas with bright hues. You are in need of a liveliness boost. So some of you guys need a little bit more color in your life as well. And maybe that was something that you couldn't get in this situation. Maybe that was something, for some of you, this could have just been, you could have been dealing with somebody that felt bored or felt like they needed to spice things up, so they started living a more so like secret life, or maybe you did that as well. And you guys are now acknowledging that. Okay, now you're acknowledging your needs. You're acknowledging what you need, and this other person may be acknowledging what they need, because you guys need more than something that just looks good or looks perfect. Y'all need more than looks. Y'all need substance. That's what you're ready for. That's what I'm picking up anyway. Let's see. Let's get a couple of questions from Oya that she wants to ask you. Okay, hold on. Very first question is, what kind of advice on life would I give to my younger self? So what would you say to your younger self right now? And I'm not going to try to translate these questions, because these are specifically for you and you personally to kind of sit with and, you know, channel yourself. And it says, what is my worst fear? How does it limit my possibilities in life? I feel like for some of you, though, the fear may kind of tap into this Four of Wands in reverse. And then underneath the deck, it says, what is the most courageous thing I've done? How did it make me feel? I feel like you guys are about to do so. Hold on, she said one more. I feel like you guys are about to possibly even do something that feels courageous concerning this situation. You guys are going to land on both feet. Like I said, it says here, am I doing more of the things that keep me alive, or more of the things that make me feel alive? What makes me feel alive? Okay, and then underneath the deck, it says, is there something I should let go of to be able to move forward? Yes, exactly. Exactly. Just like it says with these other three cards, forgiveness, abundance, emotional release. And let's get one final card here. Message from Oya to you about the situation. Holy Mother of God. Okay, so these two fell on the ground. Hold on. These two fell on the ground. These two fell out. So we have here Mama Jumbo Shine. This card is Bokomu, I believe. Soul forgiveness. Ooh, forgiveness came through again. Uh-oh. Okay, I'm gonna read both of these for sure. And then what is this? These two cards are Nundi, I believe, truth, and then Nanabuluku, seasons. Underneath the deck, we have Yamaya, awakening. Beautiful. Some of you guys may be drawn to some of these goddesses as well. I can't remember which ones fell out. Dang it, which ones fell on the ground? I don't remember. Oh, okay, those two fell on the ground. So I'm going to read these two out of the book. These ones I just believe wanted to be seen. Actually, I might read this truth card over here too, because I kept talking about how everything the truth is just coming out to help you. Or Mama Oya sent that storm for the truth to come out, for people's true intentions to be exposed. And Nundi Truth here says, Goddess of Truth from Benin, temple is Griot's, element water. Nundi, the bold, outspoken wife of Benin, Legba, was feeling neglected by her husband. Even with several wives, his head easily turned. So Nundi lived her truth, took her own lover, and became her own best friend. That's crazy when I keep talking about how she took her own lover, and I keep getting this visual of like somebody coming to you and telling you something, like being like, I gotta tell you something that I never told you before. I did this and I kept it a secret. And then you being like, I got my own secret too. And it says it right here. Nundi lived her own truth because her husband, the Lua Legba, he kept looking around. So she was like, well, I'm gonna take my own lover, and she became her own best friend. So it says here, Nundi's guidance is get real. What is your truth? Truth telling matters. Like I said, y'all are realizing like the truth is more important than the image. So it says here, get real. What is your truth? Truth telling matters. Being able to hear the truth matters just as much. Embodiment says tell the truth. Each person has their own version. Speak yours. Words have impact. Remember that we all have triggers. Think before you speak and listen with compassion. Be gentle and stay calm. And truth telling conversations. Yeah, exactly. And the goddess declaration is the truth is my friend. Let me also read Mama Jumbo. I'm gonna read all of these because they all came out. I'm gonna just read all of them. All right, so this card here. So this card here says she is goddess of shine and from Guinea-Bissau, I believe. I'm not sure. But the temple is Griot's, element is bush. Goddess Mamba Jumbo glitters as the guardian of lush green forests of Guinea-Bissau, I think. If her name sounds familiar, it's because Mamba Jumbo's name was misconstrued by colonizers and replaced with the term Mumbo Jumbo. Oh, meaning gibberish. Oh. And it says here, still she shines. Mama Jumbo's guidance says you were born to shine, be seen, be heard, be a movement. We need to know your name. We want to learn your dance. Embodiment says daring to rise and shine starts with the courage to be seen and heard. Your story matters and someone needs to hear it. Fear shining brightly keeps you in the shadows, hiding and shrinking. There is no way to claim your voice and avoid rejection, criticism, and judgment. Ooh, but you are not for everybody. If everyone likes you, you are not really being you. Goddess declaration is I am ready to be seen and heard. Yeah. So for some of you, this is just going to be like a huge moment of clarity where you're just like I kept saying in your reading, am I sure that I want to build with this person? Am I sure that this is a life that I want to live? That's what I picked up with this, what was it right here? There's no way to claim your voice or your truth and avoid rejection, criticism, and judgment. Because you're not for everyone. Nana Buluku seasons, and she's a goddess of seasons from Benin. The temple's threshold guardian's element is air, and it says Nana Buluku is the most high, supreme being, primordial mother, grandmother of all the Orishas, and Dahomi's wise woman, herbalist, and healer. Her guidance says you have entered a new cycle that is very old. Oh, wow. Allow yourself to become present, trust in divine timing. Don't be in such a hurry. There are no shortcuts here. Embodiment says, are you ready for a new beginning? You are in or entering a new season that will force you to evolve. Yeah. This is a time of major transition. Exactly. This truth is really, it's awakening you to a whole new reality. It says here, you are not stuck. You are holding on to old patterns. Change can be terrifying. Yeah, you guys are definitely dealing with that 5 energy. It says, allow yourself to be mentored. When you choose a new path, you are ripe for self-sabotage. A commitment test from the universe may pop up to delay this new pathway. Stay the course. Your time is now. Goddess declaration is, I am limitless. Bokomu, I believe. I don't know. Might be butchering that, you guys. Sorry. But it's the goddess of soul forgiveness from Bantu. Temple is lovers. Element is bush. For the Ngombe Bantu, goddess Bokomu was the first woman. Her father, Akongo, the cranky supreme god, put Bokomu and her loud children in a basket and dismissed them to earth. Her guidance here says, who do you need to forgive? Let it go and reclaim yourself. Forgiveness is a gift of freedom for you, from you. The embodiment says you cannot rush forgiveness. You have to feel it to heal it. Feel the pain, hurt, grief, rage, and despair. Take time with your heart. Forgiveness is a higher vibration frequency than the pain that you must allow yourself to feel. Unforgiveness colors your world with lack, mistrust, and resentment. Like we were saying with the 5 of Swords over here, it says you start to see everything through victim-colored glasses. like this Five of Pentacles. It says, but forgiveness does not have to include reconciliation. So true. It says, start with self-forgiveness. Say out loud, I forgive myself with love. Goddess declaration says, I forgive and free myself. I forgive and free others. And that kind of sounds like the scenario that I kept seeing in my head was like maybe like that example, like being in a relationship and your partner comes to you and says like, I'm unhappy, or I have something to tell you, like I screwed up in the past, or I cheated in the past. And then maybe like their partner responds to them and says, well, I fucked up too. And it's like just all this truth comes out, and it's like, do y'all really want this, So it's like some real soul forgiveness here. And it doesn't have to be that scenario for these messages to apply. But it's just how I use examples to try and relay what it is that I'm sensing, feeling, picking up intuitively, since it can be a little out there. But anyways, pile 5, this is all that I'm saying for you guys as far as a message from the Great Mother of Change, Oya. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit, for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. Let me thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit, and of course the beautiful Mother Oya for coming through and delivering these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. But until next time, please stay safe, stay healthy, stay blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, you guys.